Hi, I'm Bren, and welcome to my channel. I am a Canadian podcaster with a passion to form connections with individuals from all walks of life. On my show Connections, I explore the world through my guests' unique perspectives while gathering an insightful understanding of how they interact and perceive life.
That is a really good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a really good question.
That's a great question.
I ask questions that focus on uncovering stories of humble beginnings,
But I was like 13th place out of like 300 kids.
triumphant successes,
I used to swim for the Junior Australian Olympic trial team.
motivations,
I just built up that confidence in myself to say, you know what, fuck it, I don't care.
inspirations,
She was just always, I just always love her.
struggles,
The main thing that got me to where I am today is the bullying that I experienced.
and realizations.
Sometimes you cannot get closure.
My goal is to continue making connections to spark meaningful discussions, and I hope you will join me.
Chilling here, vibing with you guys, loving to see the accomplishments you've had in the last year with your podcast. I had no idea that you hadn't missed that many Tuesdays in a row. That's freaking awesome, man. That's
Thank you.
a ton of like, you have to have a drive to make what you do happen. Like, I know that we connected with you just finding me on the recommended list, over a month ago, I'm guessing it was. And you literally had been setting this up for over a month, promoting it with all the other shows that you've had. You and then I see you've got this whole month is already prepared. Like, it's amazing, bro. I'm
Thank
very
you.
proud of you and what you're accomplishing. It's amazing.
I appreciate it. And I think as most streamers, and I know a lot of your community is streamers and streamers helping each other out in some form or fashion. I think as far as streamers, I think it's something that we don't often see. You see the finished product, you see this perfect face looking on the camera, looking all happy, but there's a whole bunch of things behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. And I've seen you kind of put it together. I've seen other streamers in the past put it together. It's definitely something that goes unseen sometimes. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, no, we've been very excited since the day we had here to see it. I see you're seeing Gorminator's comments there, our chat comment there. Gorminator, I feel like you're gonna be all over our guests today. However, if we're burning, just keep them so that they're not completely burnt. We like them crispy, all right?
Well, he'll stick a fork in me right now. I already know.
However, at the very beginning of every single episode, we play this game. It's called Quick Questions. If you're new here, you might not know what we're talking about here. However, we've made a lovely intro for you to kind of know what we do here and how we kind of roll here and what is Quick Questions. I'll direct your eyeballs to the screen on the stream here, and as I play the intro for Quick Questions. So, Sales, Quick Questions is quite easy to play. There's only 3 rules to Quick Questions. The first rule is there's going to be 10 questions. The second rule is that you, the guest, are going to have 60 seconds to answer every single question. And for number 3 is every 5 seconds left on the clock, the viewers are going to be gifted 1 sub each. So no immediate pressure to you. However,
Okay.
if you don't, the chat, Gorm might have the pitchforks out already. So
I guarantee you.
so no immediate pressure, but there might be some back pressure, if you will. So it's easy to say it's easy, but didn't have any time left on Cobb either. All right. See, so my episode was my birthday stream, and my mods did a connection or did a quick questions for me. What's really sucked is that I didn't even meet the timer. So I mean, there's not that much pressure, I guess. However, I gave one out because I felt bad for the chat, but you do not have to do that. Just to be very clear. However, are you ready for quick questions?
I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
all right. You like to see it. Like to see it. Some confidence in there. Thank you, some dope girl. Appreciate the host. Thank you so much. All right, it is some dope girl. Damn. Alrighty. Sales. I'm. Thank you, Nor. Thank you for the host. My goodness, what is that? We have like 10 hosts at this point. You guys are nuts. Thank you. So crazy. When I start the timer here, there's going to be a timer that pops on the screen. I will start asking the first question one by one. Don't feel like you have to explain. We will do that at the very end. Just feel like you can just kind of power off one by one on these and have some fun.
Okay.
Don't think too hard about these because it makes it more interesting. It makes it more interesting for chat.
Gotcha.
Sale always tells us to host up. We just listening. That sounds great to me. Scream. Alrighty, chat. Can you please? Hi, Flim. I hope you're doing okay. I've heard about things going on. I don't want to expose too much on stream, but I hope you're okay. However, chat, if you are ready, I need you to spam that love. Let me know that you are ready to harass every answer that Sales says in the next few minutes. Get ready here.
Oh boy, here we go.
The sweat is coming. Let's have some fun here. Sales, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna start in 3, 2. What? I gotta play with you at the start. The chat knows I gotta mess with every guest right off the bat here.
Gotcha.
Okay. For real now. For real now. Alrighty, we're starting right now. What is your favorite word?
Love.
What is your favorite food?
Pizza.
What is your favorite drink?
Monster energy drinks.
What is your favorite number?
69.
What is your favorite movie?
Great question. Probably National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Great one. Favorite memory?
Just being around my grandfather.
Favorite vacation you ever taken?
Probably Disney World with my family.
Favorite animal?
Bear.
Favorite family tradition?
Family tradition. Just Christmas and Thanksgiving together.
Favorite gift you've ever received?
Favorite gift I've ever received. A bicycle when I was younger.
All right.
From my father. Yep.
All right. You didn't beat the clock, but you got out of there. You got out of there with not too much time behind the clock, and that's okay. That's all right. You won't be the first one. Gorm was the first. Was the answer. However, we're gonna piece by piece every single one of these answers. You had some really good ones, so I'm interested to kind of get into that. Starting off with the first one, which I think was the perfect first one.
Okay.
Wow, there go my gifts out the window. Yeah, exactly. So I'm telling you, you gotta make sure he's on his toes. You said your favorite word was love, and hey, around here, that's a great word to use. So, why did you pick love though? Why did you resonate with love?
Just because I've received so much love from the community, and I like to return that, 100% tenfold to as many people as I possibly can, because I know what it does for an individual. You may not know what they need, when they need it, or how much of it they need, but to provide that for somebody that doesn't even know that they need it, it's very heartwarming for me.
For sure.
I love love.
I love love too. I hear you. That's why we have the Bren love. That's why they have the emote. We have the send love. We love here in Bren's residence. Your favorite food, you said, was pizza. What flavor of pizza? Because this has become a controversial topic around here of what goes and what doesn't go on pizza has become a controversial. So I'm interested to see what you put on your pizza.
My favorite pizza would just be pepperoni and mushroom and extra cheese.
Okay. Simple, but it hits. Yep. But hits. Yes. All right.
Oh yes.
Favorite drink? You said Monster. That is no new answer to that question, unfortunately. Right. On here, I think that's sponsored by streamers. I swear. What is there a certain flavor of Monster? Is just original?
I really have grown to like the rehab. It's like the Arnold Palmer flavors. You know, the lemonade, half
Okay.
lemonade and half iced tea.
Okay. Okay.
It's the yellow can.
That sounds good.
It's
That
my
sounds really
favorite
good. I
flavor.
don't drink much. I don't
Yeah.
drink any energy drinks for good reason. I don't
There's
need
no
any.
caffeine in that one.
Oh, see, I don't need
No
any more
caffeine in
energy,
it.
so maybe that's a good one for me.
Yeah.
Pacific Punch is the best. Monster changed my mind. I don't know. I don't know. I don't drink much Monster, so I don't know. Multi. Your favorite number? My oh my. You said was 69. What
69.
sales? Why 69? Huh? Why not
I it
75? Huh?
literally it's been 69 for as long as I can remember. Like, especially starting streaming. You know, if there was people that come through my chat that weren't affiliated, you know, my chat's been known for a place to help get people follows for the hitting that 50 follow mark to get affiliated, right? So I always tell people, if you're not affiliated, type a 69 in chat. And it's just I don't know. It's just everybody knows 69. They know what it means, they know what it's for and all that, this, that, and the other thing. But 69, I just always said 69. If somebody says, hey, type a one in chat, if so and so, I'm always typing 69. I don't know why it is. It's just that's my number.
Okay, so it's kind of become a thing, is what you're telling me. Okay, I get it. I get it.
Yes.
I posted 69 in sales chat and I was affiliated in a week. Yo, that's crazy. So that's awesome. That's awesome to see. That's great
It's
to see.
facts. Scream Phoenix, that's facts.
That's great. That's great. That's great to see. Creighton, your own. I see it. I see you. What's up, Ken? Good to see you. Thanks for the lurk. Favorite movie you said was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh yes, that's a classic.
I would say I think my mom would say the exact same thing too. So I definitely could I see why that's a good one. That's I definitely understand why.
How young is your mom?
I don't know if she'd allow me to say that.
Okay. Okay.
Mama Lisa, it does pop in the stream though. When
Oh,
she
she
comes,
does.
when she comes
Nice.
in, you're more than welcome to ask her and see if she answers. But I don't know.
All right.
She's not usually
I'll be
one
on the
that's
lookout.
hiding her age. But I don't know if that would get me in trouble.
Okay.
that might
Gotcha.
get me in trouble. However, you said your favorite memory. I'm interested to kind of hear a little more about this. You said was time with your grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
So what prompted you for that being the favorite thing for your time?
Well, one thing is I didn't get a lot of time with my grandfather because I was quite a bit younger than a lot of the other grandchildren. There's 10 years between my brother and 13 years between me and my sister. And then, you know, all my cousins were quite a bit older than I was also. So the time that I did spend with my grandfather, I cherish now more than I did then, just because I know how much it meant, you know, to be able to be around that man. He was an accomplished artist. Um, he was just, he looked out for other people. He helped so many other people out before he worried about himself, you know, and things like that really impressed me today. And it might be why I do some of the things that I do today. I don't know, but I like helping others. I'm more into helping others than I am helping myself at this point. So maybe that has a lot to do with what he's instilled in me years ago. Very possible.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I see some people sharing their stories too. I see
Bird
Nate.
song come
Thanks so
from
much.
Grandpa. Yes.
Welcome in, Nate. I took time with my grandfather for granted. Now I wish I could call and ask a question every day. Cherish it, people. Nate, I couldn't agree more. A little bit we talked about, I think, on Connections on Bread. I don't know how much I shared. No, you know what? It wasn't on Connections on Bread. I actually shared it on Christmas. In my Discord, I sent out a big message, kind of about it. I don't even know if I said specifics, but that's all right. I guess I'll share here. One thing that happened in the past 2 weeks or 3 weeks is unfortunately my grandfather on my dad's side passed away unfortunately when I was very young. He passed away at
Condolences,
the
sir.
young age of 67, and he was really like my best friend. Like there's no way of saying it any other way. And I cherished a lot of time with him, and I was very lucky to grow up and get to know him really well, and had I was in like grade 3 when he passed, but I had we used to always do things like photography, which is, I think, kind of why I'm into this now in a sense. Also, I was in we did like a lot of Lego, which I love Lego. As you can kind of see in the corner there, I got a little Lego gingerbread house up there that we made this year.
Yeah. Cool.
And I also got a tattoo from, because we used to always throw paper airplanes off his back porch. And so
Cool.
that's my
Okay,
little kind of
nice.
nod to him. So I can definitely relate with you, Nate, on that sense. But unfortunately, this past 2 weeks ago, my grandfather from my mom's side found that he has a very, very, very aggressive cancer and will unfortunately likely not make it to the next year, which is definitely ripped a hole through our family in the last little while. So I can definitely relate with you, Nate. And yeah, no, it's something that there's definitely a lot of wisdom that I think grandparents have that we kind of take for granted, because we're just like, oh, they're just they're that loving, like, kind of grandparent. That's what they're there for. But no, they know a thing or two. They're definitely
Mhm.
smart. And so yeah, and so I'm my heart's out to all of you. Scream, I see your thing too, but your third anniversary of grandpa's passing. And I'm so sorry for your loss, for both of you, Nate and Scream. Um and Multi too. So yeah, no, my heart goes out to all of you guys. There's some great grandparents out there they got some great grandkids that are holding on that legacy, including you, Sales. So, for sure.
Yeah, I completely forgot. There's a channel point redemption on my channel for the Little Bird song, and that Little Bird song was sang to me by my grandfather.
Oh,
So,
that's lovely.
so when they redeem those points, that song that I sing came from my grandfather.
Huh. Interesting. That's really cool. That's a cool little kind of nod. I'm gonna have to chop in your chat here and redeem that one so I can hear that.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, Fritz. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello. You said for your favorite vacation you've ever taken, you said it was Disney World. I think you said with your family. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what makes it the Disney World? Disney is a great place. Don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna question you too much on that. But I'm wondering what made it the special one.
Well, let's put it this way. So I was living in northern Michigan at the time, and I was very young. I was less than 5 years old, and I don't know if you have you ever seen or know what a Chevrolet Chevette is.
Chevrolet Chevette. I don't think so. No, not off the top of my head.
Okay, it's
No.
a tiny compact car. Okay, and this tiny compact car, we had my father, my mother, myself, and my brother in it.
How do you spell Chevette?
Yeah, Chevette. I want to say it's CHEV.
Oh, I found it. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
ETTE.
yeah. There you go. Oh my goodness, this is a tiny car.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna put it on screen here so
And
chat knows what we're
granted,
talking about.
everybody in my family is tiny, so no. So we were all in this Chevette.
Oh, that's the wrong
We
screen.
drove that Chevette from northern Michigan to Orlando, Florida. Yeah, little tiny car.
That's
Yeah,
it.
there
Yeah.
you go. Great examples right there.
Okay.
Tiny thing. So imagine, I don't know how many mile trip that is. It's a long trip that we drove like nonstop all the way to Orlando. And then, of course, all the attractions at Disney World are amazing, things like that. So, and I would think I was at that perfect age that, everything was just magical and things you're still trying to figure out in your head, like how they do that type of thing,
Yeah.
And it was a really good time, and be able to spend that with my family, I'll never forget it.
Yeah, it's the most magical place on earth for sure, and there's a
Mhm.
reason they call it that. It's definitely really cool. I've been fortunate to go to Disneyland and Disney World, I think, about 5 times in my life combined together. Our most recent one was in August of 2019. We went to Disney World, just like there, and yeah, I know I mean, it wasn't my top trip, and that's not because of Disney. It's because of the plane ride that I got stuck in a bunch of airports before the trip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a whole nother story, which I'll save for another day. But I will say though, is it is a magical place. That is definitely for sure. They don't spare any magic on either parks, for sure, or any of the parks, I
Exactly.
should say. You said your favorite animal is a bear. You got a nice big bear hanging behind you there. What makes
right.
a bear your favorite animal of choice?
Well, they're an apex predator, number one. Like, if there's not a human around, there's nothing else that they're worried about. You know, maybe a pack of wolves or something like that. And a lot of people don't know the grizzlies can't climb trees, so they have been known to be attacked by a pack of wolves and taken down. But you know, they're just an amazing creature. Like their capabilities, I I mean, I don't know anybody that can sleep for 6 months. You know,
You haven't met me
and
yet,
then
then.
oh well, maybe you, but you might be sleeping and then eating in between me. I don't know, but
That's
they're just
true.
sleeping.
That's
You
true.
know, they're doing that, and they're just they cleaned up. They clean up a lot of carcasses in the wilderness and things like that. They're needed. You know, they're needed.
Very, very much so. No, I can definitely hear that. I can definitely hear that. And for sure. Okay.
Gorm by the shit myself. All right,
Thank you so
Gorm.
much,
All right,
Gorm.
Gorm.
I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much for the sub. Sorry, I will say those whenever any guest is talking and the alerts, I will likely mute until they are done and then thank later. But I do appreciate the sub. Thank you so much for the tier 1 here. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Going on here, you said the favorite family tradition you said was Christmas/Thanksgiving with your family. And I can definitely relate. A great time of the year. I would say is for me personally, Christmas bumped up a little bit. I think our family prioritizes Christmas a little bit more than Thanksgiving here. And funny enough, you and I met on American Thanksgiving this year when you were streaming and hanging out with people on stream for Thanksgiving. So I'm interested to see what makes it Christmas and Thanksgiving that special family tradition for you.
Well, I missed having Thanksgiving with the family this past Thanksgiving, but we did. Zunya and I did take a trip out to Michigan, and we were able to spend time with my father and my sister. And on the way out, we stopped at my brother's, so we were able to reconnect with those people, and they were also able to meet Zunya because they hadn't met Zunya yet. So that was just an awesome trip, and just being able to um, have fellowship with those people in your lives is just amazing. Like, you know, we all said before, you know, tomorrow is not guaranteed to any of us. Okay, so when you do have the opportunity to spend that time with individuals that you love and you have fun with when you're around, when you laugh, you cry, you just never know what's going to happen. Some families don't get along. There's a lot of families that don't get along, and I've been very blessed that that my family's never been that way. Like, we've always been very supportive of each other. We've always loved each other. We've never hated anyone in the family. We've loved everybody in the family. So I know I'm very blessed because of that. Um, but just being able to spend that time with them was very amazing. And you know, you want to be able to do that every year minimum. You know, if that's the only chance you get to do it, you better take advantage of it.
For sure. No, spend that time with the family, 100%. And speaking of family, Mama Lisa's in here. For those of you in chat who don't know who Mama Lisa,
Oh,
that's my real
this is the
mom.
mother.
That is my mom. That is. Can everyone say hi to Mama Lisa?
Mama
At Mama
Lisa.
Lisa, and say hi to my mom, Mama Lisa, my actual mom. Not, this isn't like cabin. My mom is here every single stream. My mom has never missed a Connections episode, or Who Are You for that matter. But my
Mama
mom has.
Lisa, thank you for being so
Yes,
supportive of your
right?
son. That's amazing.
Yes, Mama Lisa's always here. Mom, I don't know. I know mom sometimes lurks. So mom's usually sometimes lurking. So she might be lurking right now. I don't know. I know she's just said hi. Maybe she put down a thing. Thank you so much for saying hi to my mom. I promise she is lovely. I promise. The chat who've been here before wouldn't just be saying hi, for no reason. I promise. However, I think Sales might have a question for your mom. I told him I'm not allowed to answer.
Mama Lisa, how young are you? How young are you, Mama Lisa?
I will. So we'll come back to it if my mom answers. However, we have one final thing here to ask. You said your favorite gift you've ever received was a bicycle. So I'm interested to see. And I see Zanya was like, "What? Not me?"
She was a tremendous gift. There's no doubt about it. She's 51. All right, Mama Lisa. I was telling your son earlier that my favorite movie was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and he had mentioned something about the fact that you may have liked that movie also. So I figured we may have been somewhere around the same age. So nice to meet you. Appreciate it. The bicycle. The reason why I said that was, I was thinking of a m- uh, material gift when you asked the
Okay.
question. Okay,
Do you want to change?
so
You can change your answer if you'd like. If you'd like to.
let's stick with the material
Okay.
gift,
Okay.
just
That's fine.
simply because of this. My birthday is the day after Christmas. Okay, and a lot of people say that, man, you must have got screwed over. No Christmas gifts or not enough birthday gifts or this that, and the other thing. My family bent over backwards to try to make sure that I knew that they were celebrating Christmas individual. That was Christmas Day. The following day was my birthday. Well, one year, I convinced my father to literally, could I have one gift for both? You know, for both. And he was a salesman also, and he negotiated. He negotiated with his son, and he said, yes, I'll do that, but you're going to come up with half of the money. And I thought, okay, because it wasn't just a normal bike. It was a high end BMX style bike.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why it was special to me, because I literally put in for the gift also. I earned it that way.
Okay.
Plus, I was able to convince my family, my dad and my mother, to give me just one gift for Christmas and my birthday. So I cherish that bicycle. Like that was awesome that I was able to get that bike. You know, it's funny, it's cliche. You say, man, I rode to school, 10 miles uphill, both direct. But I can remember riding that bike like everywhere. And then I'll go and I go to the location where I grew up and I rode that bike around today, and I'd be like, man, I would never have my children ride anywhere on any of those streets, anywhere part of that town. Like you would never let your kids go there today. But I literally probably rode 10, 12 miles a day.
Crazy.
Every day, like all summer long. It was a Kuwahara
Kuwahara. Okay.
Gorminator.
Okay.
Mongoose was very popular back then, but Kuwahara was the bike. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it was a high end BMX style bike, and I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Everybody was very jealous of me having it. But it's just that was just probably my most cherished gift, because I had so much put into that gift.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's cool. That's really cool. It's funny because you say, so is it also December, baby? 2 days after Christmas for me.
Right,
Obviously
right. I
with
remember we
with one
talked
for
about
you.
this
So
when we
yeah, no,
met.
Capricorns out here.
Yep.
Is that you are it's funny. So most people that are around that age say, "Oh, I hate it when people combine gifts. I don't like when people combine gifts." You actually
Right.
convinced your parents to
Yes.
combine the gifts.
Yes.
It was the other way around, which is kind of interesting to kind of it's a different little bit of a thing there. So that's interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, that is quick questions. Unfortunately, we didn't leave with any subs. I mean, aside from Gorminator paying his own way. However, we do have a way, chat, that you can still win something. Later in this episode, we are going to be doing a little game called Two Truths, One Lie, and you could possibly leave with a $10 Amazon gift card. But you got to stay for that later. We're going to be doing that later in the episode, so don't go too far because we'll be talking about that later. However, we do have some questions from the chat for you here. If you would like to ask a question here, chat, feel free to use some Bren coin and ask Sales or myself some questions if you'd like. The question comes from EE. And EE asks, what do you think of Scotland? And I want to just kind of prompt you here. EE asks this to many of our guests, and EE will say that don't feel this too much. Don't overthink this question. It's just a question from EE. It's a
Thank
kind of
you, Mama Lisa. I appreciate you recognizing the legendary Kuwahara.
So let's go. So EE's question is what do you think of Scotland? So I'll give the floor to you here, Sales.
I would absolutely love to visit Scotland, if that's like on my bucket list
Okay.
to go and visit Scotland. My family's heritage started in Scotland, so that's one of the reasons. and it's just absolutely gorgeous.
Okay.
The terrain, the people are cool. I love the accent over there. It's awesome. Um, I'm not a drinker any longer, but when I did drink, I love Scotch. That's probably part of the reason I like Scotland too. I don't know.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
see you. And then do you have another question? And this is a question that no guest since the start of this episode, the 40 plus episodes that we've done, has escaped this question. This
Okay.
question comes from one of our lovely mods, Donovan. And Donovan asks, toilet paper, over or under?
Over.
Correct. That's good.
Okay. Yeah. Woo.
All right. And what's called, just so you know, this question has kind of grown some legs, and other things, unfortunately. So, and I'm gonna put you on with these ones too. When we're wiping here, no crusading today. Exactly.
When we're
Pugs.
wiping?
Sorry.
Like when do you wipe?
No.
Or
So,
when-
so when we're wiping, are we folding, or are we scrunching?
Oh, folding for sure.
Okay. We like to see it. We're not risking it today. We're not risking it. I like it.
Well, they're asking some questions, Gormator. Are you listening to these questions? Wow.
And then the final one this is grown legs from is when we're wiping. Are we wiping front to back or back to front?
Front to back. What kind of savage wipes the other direction? Okay, yeah, definitely front to back.
Okay. All right. See, one thing we've learned here over the many episodes we've done here is that you can learn a lot about a person about how they wipe their ass.
Okay.
What's it called? And so yeah, no, exactly. Gordon, feel free to steal those if it makes it for some interesting content for sure. If you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah, you want the questions. It's probably not what you're expecting to get off the rip from me. However, Garbage, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. I don't know if you know this, Garbage, but I actually follow you on Twitch and on Instagram too. Don't know if you
Let's
know
go,
that.
Garbage.
I know who you is. Good to see you.
Welcome in.
I've actually seen I've lurked one of your podcasts before too as well. Didn't know if you knew that. But thank you for joining us today. Hope you enjoy my show. Maybe I can interest you. Who's Garbage? So the first question here I have for you today here, Sales, from me personally, is what made you want to begin streaming? What made you want to click the first kind of button and go on for the what started that kind of thing, and what was the first moments like and leading up to that, to clicking
Well,
that?
this is where
go
I
like
get
button.
the opportunity to promote the young lady that has the most channel points in my channel. The Girl Goat literally has over 2 billion channel points.
Oh
in
my
channel.
goodness.
She is the reason I started streaming.
Okay.
She was streaming, and I was streaming on Mixer previously to Twitch. Okay, as a lot of people that are on Twitch today did, but I never knew anything about becoming an affiliate or anything like that. So literally, the reason I started streaming was because I was playing the game anyways, and then I seen some of these larger streamers, streaming their gameplay. I didn't think anybody would want to come watch me play, but I did know this. I was going to be streaming, or I was going to be playing a game no matter what. So why not stream? The Xbox and the PlayStation all have this app in them that you can literally click on the app and go live and stream live. So why not? Like, it was just, I'm going to be playing the game. Why not stream it too? That was why I started streaming.
Okay. That's fair. That's totally fair. Like, I think that's awesome. I think that's a lot of people. Is some people was start off as kind of that whole I'm gonna start because I'm playing games anyways. When I kind of showcase it, and then kind of going on from there and kind of relaying into kind of something else is definitely interesting. So I like that. Okay, definitely.
Yeah.
We have a question here, I believe.
Okay.
From the lovely Zanya.
From the lovies. Okay.
And and Zanya asks, did Sales expect to find love in such an amazing young woman? There's also an LOL at the end of that, I should add, but
No.
okay.
No,
Do you want
I
to
found love, but I wasn't even looking for it.
Aw. That's very sweet.
So it was yes, Mama Lisa, that's my birthday.
So
But yeah, Zunya just came out of the middle of nowhere. Wasn't looking for her, but I found her, and I'm so glad now that I had.
she seems amazing from the conversations I've had with her to either on call or in text. Zunya seems amazing. So you're
Yes,
lucky
I'm
one,
extremely
Sales.
blessed. I'm extremely blessed, no doubt about it.
I also want to extend a hello to Kaiser. Welcome in, Mr. Kaiser. Welcome in. I'm Batman 294 or Batman. Hello, Batman. Good to see you. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us today. Is that Toby XO I see? Toby, how is it be? I feel like this was going to be mean. Toby, how's it being patient zero? I'm just kidding. I hope you're okay. I saw that you have the spicy cough. I hope you're doing all right. Where did my sub alert go? Your sub alert? What do you mean? Your sub alert? What sub alert? Did it not go off? What? Your sub alert go? I just subbed. What? Why did it, what the heck? Why didn't it go through?
Oh, I just realized Fritz Galen's in here. He was a victim of a Biddy Bomb train raid one time.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, who said who? Sorry, which one?
Fritz Galen.
Brits. Okay.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's really cool. That's really awesome. Do you want to explain to us here as well too, like what is a Biddy Bomb train raid Friday? Is I said all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is.
Okay.
It's a mouthful, but that's exactly what it is.
Okay.
That's something that I started just because of another streamer. I'd seen another streamer do something similar to it. But I just took it to another level. I just kind of reinvented what he was doing. He didn't always hit marks that he needed to be able to go and raid somebody, like a sneak raid, and then drop as many biddies as we possibly can on somebody. But what it boils down to, the BBTR happens every Friday, and every time that I receive a level 5 hype train, I personally match every biddy given to me during that hype train, and I go and I drop that amount of bits on another streamer live.
That's so cool.
And I use Fritz as an example because he's here, and I remember the amounts. I'm pretty sure that we dropped. The community was able to drop. They gave to me 17,000 bits, I think, during one hype train. So we were able to go, and Fritz just happened to be live, and he's a huge supporter of the community. And I just wanted to go show him some love, and so we went in there, and a lot of times, individuals that are in my chat will go to their chat. I'll have Zunya spam their link in my chat, so then people in my chat can go to their chat. Next thing you know, it's a train raid because we're literally raiding that channel, plus we're starting another hype train in their channel.
So cool.
And then I'm literally just giving back every biddy given to me during that hype train. Every bit for a level 5 hype train.
That's so cool.
And I do that every Friday for every level 5 hype train.
That's very interesting. Huh.
And we're up over 200,000 bits for the last two months.
That's crazy. I love that. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Damn. I want to start doing that. I gotta check that bank. I gotta check that bank account first.
The goal is, Bren, is to make it like winning the lottery for somebody.
That's so cool.
Like I literally want to make that Biddy Bomb train raid. It's totally it's a surprise to the streamer. Number one, they don't realize it's happening. They'll, like, a lot of times they'll see like their alerts going off. Hey, I got all these new follows. They're like, and there's a lot of times there'll only be 3 to 5 viewers, whatever it is. So we're able to triple the views pretty easily.
That's awesome.
And then just hit them. And a lot of time, there's been 2 or 3 times that it was their first hype train they'd ever received.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's so cool. That's really cool. I think you were there for the one of the first hype trains we had here too. The first level 5 that we had here too. I think on Who Are You? I think you lurked through Who Are You, and I remember you saying something in chat when we hit one of our first ever ones. So I think it was funny enough. you were sitting in here too, which is just kind of crazy and kind of how things kind of work out.
Yes.
I think it's something about you that brings some level 5 hype dreams around here. I don't know. It's something strange about you there, Sales.
Well, you when you realize that there's probably 90% of the streamers on Twitch that haven't even received a payout, and the
crazy.
amount of content they produce or the amount of support that they give others, if you're
True.
able to go, if it's just a little bit from a lot of people, you don't even realize what's happening, right? So if you could go and if you're able to drop 5 gifted subs on somebody and then have a couple of your friends with you to drop 100 bits, next thing you know, they got a hype train. Boom, it's at a level 2 or 3 instantly just when it starts. So those things help those streamers out. When there is a hype train going on, they go to the front page of Twitch. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's crazy. That's cool though.
There's a section on the front page of Twitch. It's called All Aboard the Hype Train.
Okay.
And on that section, it shows all the hype trains that are going on Twitch at that given time.
That's crazy. That's interesting.
Yes.
So it's kind of like hitting the recommended again too. It's just very interesting.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's really interesting.
Because discoverability stinks on Twitch. So any opportunity that you have, like you found me through a recommended list, right?
Correct.
Okay, how that happens is you ask everybody in your chat if they are able to, if they're not hosting somebody, would you please host this channel? That host gives you a recommendation. Okay, that's a recommendation to their followers, and then it's like it's a butterfly effect. Okay, so once you have I'm gonna ask your chat if there's anybody in here that has the opportunity to host a channel, please host Bren Graw right now, and then your friends will have on the recommended list, if they're not already a follower of Bren, he will show up on the recommended list of channels to go and see. So why not use a host? It's free.
Thanks,
a host
Jay.
is free. And it's also free to share your friends' streams on
Dope
Twitter,
man.
on Instagram, on TikTok, anywhere those social medias are at. You need to be promoting those streams everywhere possible.
Yeah. No, I can totally agree with you. I think is for streamers, listen up. For those of you that are looking for something that's non-financial and stuff like that, I mean, to me, money is great, bits are great. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be excited as the last person to get some bits and get some subs. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm also at a place where I know I can't personally give out a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like it's the case that a lot of people go through. If you are able to give gifted subs, that is awesome. You are amazing for putting your money into people that are super awesome to others. That is wonderful, and you are just that much more amazing for being able to do that. However, I know there's some people that are maybe a little bit less fortunate, not able to do that for every person. One thing that I can definitely do to help people out is host people, and I mean, by all means, if you maybe you're hosting someone else that's maybe you're closer with, that I understand. I totally get it. No problem at all. But something like host definitely helps us out. Thank you so much, Jay. Thank you so much, some dope man, and thank you so much, Toby, for the host. Toby, also, thank you so much for the give the sub. I saw it work there. That's awesome to see. But thank you. Yeah, it's something that a little bit of streamer information. If you want to help your friends grow in some form or fashion, like views. I didn't know that it actually went to your friends recommended. I didn't know that that's how it works, but that's really cool. That's interesting to see. But yeah, I know something that I don't know if you guys, since I've met Sales, is when I've kind of started asking for a little bit more of hosts, because Sales told me about this, about how hosts really do help streamers, and I think that's a really cool kind of a thing that I wish Twitch would talk about more. Like, I think it's something that they really don't talk about that much, how much hosts really do help streamers, and I think it's something that they definitely they should talk about, because it's something that really does help streamers in discoverability, which is kind of crazy. So yeah. Well, thank you for educating us on that, Sales. I appreciate that. That's awesome. And that Biddy Bomb Train Raid, BBTR.
Yeah, BBTR. Yes, yes.
What's it called? That sounds like an awesome idea, and I think it's something that if people have the means to do, I think it's something that would be a great little
I'm looking
trend
to break
do,
the
at least.
record. I'm looking to break the record. The record so far is 30,000 bits.
Okay.
So that's one of those things that I'm wanting to accomplish this year. I didn't put it in your chat.
Okay.
But I want to drop 100,000 bits on the channel.
100,000 bits on one specific person. So you're saying?
Just yep.
Okay.
From a Bitty Bomb train raid.
Okay. That's crazy. That's insane. You said 300,000?
No, 100,000.
100,000.
300,000 would be
That's what
absolutely
I was
fantastic.
I was like crazy.
But my goal right now is to hit 100,000 bits during
100,000.
Bitty
Okay.
Bomb train raid Friday.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That is
30,000
insane.
I thought was pretty crazy, but I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I'm always gonna think big, and I think
It's great. Shoot
think
for the stars.
100,000 bits. It's very possible. You know, there's hype trains I've seen that are just absolutely insane, crazy, and I've seen 100,000 bits in a train at once.
It's crazy.
So if the community wants to duplicate that, I'm willing to reciprocate that to the next
That's cool.
streamer,
That's
whoever it's
awesome.
going to be.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. And I think it's that spreading that love, right? And supporting the streamers that really do
Mhm.
need it and things like that. And so I'm all for it. I'm all for what you're doing there, Sales, for sure. A true legend, exactly, Jason. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. However, I have another question for you before we hit this little break here.
Yes,
Sales,
absolutely.
what is a too long didn't read version of your life from start to finish? What are those little stories that make up the Sales we know from from getting the bike and the Disney World trips and things like that? What kind of leads those little paths to getting to the Sales we know and love now on Twitch, spreading that love to other creators? What does that look like?
My growth through life,
Sure,
basically.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was in a lot of different schools growing up. I did not stay in one location very long. My father was a regional sales manager, and he was moving and opening up offices all over. So we never were in one place at any given time. And I think that's what helps me become a people person, because I literally had to make friends all over again, you know, like every couple months growing up through school. Third grade was the first year I was in one school for the whole school year. So I know there's a lot of individuals that were parts of military families that have moved like that lots, all around the world even. But I think the fact that I had moved so much at a young age gave me the opportunity to make a connection. No pun
Drink.
intended. But to make a connection with individuals that I'd never known before. And then when I got on Twitch, next thing you know, it's like that growing up all over again. I'm meeting new people every day that I never knew before. I'm learning things about people I never knew before, and then I'm able to learn more about people, and those things I know that a lot of people didn't do as they're growing up. There's a lot of people that, they started kindergarten at such and such city, they graduated there. There's a lot of people that are in their 20s, 30s, 40s that have never moved out of the house that they were born and taken to from the hospital. Okay? I cannot remember the amount of houses that I've lived in. I honestly do not know the amount of houses. I lived in a ton of different houses. I lived in, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different states, and probably 2 or 3 different cities in each of those states. So, I was just all over the place. That's a part of what I think gave me some small successes in Twitch itself, plus in sales, because everybody's in sales whether they realize it or not. When you meet an individual, you're selling yourself to them or they're selling themselves to you. Okay? That's a fact. You're making a friend one way or another. Friendship is where it's at. You want to make as many friends as possible. Would you rather have $1 billion or 1 billion friends? I'm taking 1 billion friends every time.
All day.
But that's a little bit of what makes me, is my younger, informative years, development of meeting new people on a constant basis and developing those skills to fit in literally anywhere at any given time, in a very diverse atmosphere. There wasn't just I wasn't in just a Caucasian, suburb all the time. I wasn't always in an inner city all the time, but I was in mixes of that constantly. There, all over. And that helped me a lot growing up. And it helped develop my skills that I have today.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think I can't relate as much as like the heavy thing, but I can definitely relate to moving schools quite a bit as a youngin. Like I think is I think I can remember at least 3 schools that I moved in through like the first couple of years of schooling, and going from daycare to back to like kind of my home city to kind of back and forth. And I can definitely remember it being a little bit hard to be that new kid all the time in a sense, and it was a little difficult to kind of be back and forth through the couple schools to that. And um I think it's definitely something that I can definitely understand and hear you out too on that in that kind of sense. So definitely
Yes.
can relate on that sense is how hard it is. But I think I never thought of it that way, but I think I'm sure it definitely helped me in that kind of sense of being kind of able to put myself out there a little bit more, because I had to make friends a lot as kind of my those growing years, as I was kind of
Yep.
I was used to kind of putting myself out there and kind of being that kind of new kid and having to almost, if you maybe prove something to yourself. I don't know if that'd be the right words exactly, but in a sense that's kind of how I'm thinking it. So but yeah, no, okay. That's kind of the coming up story of Sales. However, Sales, we're gonna hit a little break here. When we come
Okay.
back, Mom, it's okay. It's not your fault. However, when we
Sorry,
come back,
friend.
what's it called? We're going to we're gonna do 2 truths, 1 lie. So make sure we get Pugs here. Hello, Mitch. What's up? Good to see you, Mitch. We're gonna do a 2 truths, 1 lie when we come back from the break. We're gonna play some reels throughout this break. So if you like these reels, and maybe one day you'll see this lovely guest on one of those reels. You can exclamation mark reels or exclamation mark IG and go watch all of the past ones that we posted before as well. Look at that handsome man. I know, right? Look at that handsome person, Mitch with 1 L. And during this break, another thing you can do as well too is, if you'd like to as well, exclamation mark guest will give you our guest, all the links to our guest, if you'd like to go check him out and see all the stuff that he's doing, whether on Twitch. Look at his link on Artesian Builds. Maybe go help him out. Maybe so he can get to that BBTR
Yeah,
goal that he has
BBTR.
set, of 100,000 biddies to 1 streamer. So I'd love to maybe help you out here a little bit and see if we can get that done in some form or fashion,
That'd be awesome,
from
man.
our community. And you guys also get a build out of it too. So it works both ways. However, we're gonna be right back after the break, and we're gonna be giving away a $10 Amazon gift card if we can guess the right lie. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a second here. I'm gonna go get some water. Get some water for yourself, and we'll see you here in about 5 minutes. Take care of yourself. We'll see you in a sec.
Sometimes you cannot get closure. Sometimes you just have to move on without knowing the answer.
If you could ask a single person 1 question and they had to answer truthfully, who would you ask and what would you ask? And they could be dead or alive.
I think I would ask my dad if he wanted to be around more. I feel like I wanted him around, but I never knew how to ask. I always kind of wondered that. And clearly, being almost 30, it still kind of eats at me. But I do think about that a lot. I always wonder if he wanted to be around more and he just maybe didn't know how to, or like what was it there that happened? Because I think not only me, but I think my sisters needed him too. I think we needed him, and he wasn't there, and I never understood why. And I don't even know. Maybe he would say I don't know, and that's okay. But I think there would be some sort of answer that I could say, okay, I can accept this.
If you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
I think it would end with something along the lines of, and she was happy. I think the ultimate goal of life is to achieve happiness. I hope happiness for every single person. That is the ultimate goal. It just perfectly summarizes it. You just want to be happy in life. I don't have to be big and famous and be filthy rich. I just want to be happy. That's all I want. It's very simple, but I just want to be happy.
What is the best advice that you have ever received?
It was to prioritize myself. I was always worried about my friends, and eventually that took a toll on me. My therapist was like, you have to focus on yourself. At the end of the day, you can't help everyone as much as you want to, and you can't please everyone. So focus on yourself, really understand how you're feeling, and set your boundaries. You have to prioritize your well being.
What is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
You're the only person that can take care of yourself. Ultimately, you can ask others for help, and often you can get help, and that's wonderful. But when it comes down to it, you're brushing your own teeth every day, you're putting pants, you're the one taking care of yourself, you have to. If I want things to get done, I have to be the person looking for change.
What life-changing event have you experienced?
So I was with this person for just under 3 years, I think. But in that time, I basically completely isolated myself from my family, my friends. I was just like a typical, like very insecure teenager. I moved out just to be closer to this person. And this was a kind of like very controlling environment. Like they decided what I dressed, what I said. I couldn't swear because it wasn't ladylike. I couldn't buy protein powder because it would make me bulky. Developed an eating disorder. Didn't go to college for this person. It was a very, very controlling environment, and I moved in with this person when I was 18. And that was where I actually realized what kind of situation I was in. I think the worst part about it was because I had isolated myself so much, there are people that I lost because I didn't go spend time with them when I could. I was only allowed to be around that person, and that's it. You know, I lost my grandmother, and I lost someone who was basically a father to me during that time. And I think that's actually one of the things that created a turning point for me was when I lost that person, and the person that I was with told me that I just had to get over it. And I think mental abuse is something that's not talked about enough. I want people to know because I want people to be able to learn. If there is somebody in your life that is telling you how to dress and how to act and who to talk to and who to be around, that person is toxic and is not worth a moment of your time.
What is your biggest fear in life?
Regret. So I never want to put myself in a shoulda, woulda, coulda scenario. I want to know that I did my best in every scenario that I've ever been across. I want to know that if I thought I should be doing it, I did it. Even if I tried, who cares? I tried. If I failed, whatever, I tried. But I never want to regret not doing something. This is how I see it. You get born, there's that dash in the middle, and then you die. So it's all about, did you make your life worthwhile? Did you live to the fullest? Did you enjoy that moment? Because you got to remember, everything that you did, you don't take with you. Everything that you gained, you don't take with you. You got to understand that I got to enjoy what's here in the now. So absolutely, my biggest fear in this world will always be regret.
You're watching Connections, a podcast about human connections, premiering every Tuesday on Twitch TV/Brengra. What is the best piece of advice that you've ever received?
You live your life for you and you don't live it for anybody else. In reference at the time, it was about my dad and how I wanted to live my life, and you live your life for you. This is your life. You make it the way you want to. You're not here for a long time. You're here for a good time type thing. Do whatever makes you happy.
What life-changing event have you experienced?
So I was dating a girl and she just disappeared out of nowhere, and she didn't really tell me why. Her parents showed up. Her mom gave me a letter. I was like, oh wait, where is she? It's just like, she recently passed away. That was like a life-changing moment to me, because like in the letter it says, I apologize for not letting you know what happened to me because I didn't want you to be in the same pain where I was going to. Because at the time, she didn't tell me, but she had cancer. I was like, wow, I didn't know what that meant. That explains why she was very distant to me towards the end of the relationship. And what the note says, I apologize if your outlook on life or love changes because of me. But if you find someone that you truly love, don't let go of them.
Who do you feel closest to?
Like my nan, so my dad's grandma. She passed away because of dementia. That hurt me a lot because I was really close with her. For my 13th birthday.
And we're back. We're back. What's up? Hi, chat. How's it going? I'm sorry. We were a little bit long there. We had a couple things going on. It's all right. We're here, though. However, now is the time where we're going to be giving away an Amazon gift card, possibly an Amazon gift card, if chat can help me out here. So this is the part of the time where we play Two Choose One Lie. Maybe you're like, okay, I've heard of Two Choose One Lie. How does this all work, though? Two Choose One Lie is very simple, and I'm going to get you to direct your eyeballs, your cute little eyeballs, to the stream here, and look and see. We do win these. That's exactly right. Thank you, Jason, for the host. Appreciate you. We do win these. That is correct. That is correct, Mitch. Especially when we have Pugs here. Everyone at Pugs, Senpai Pugs, and make sure that Pugs is here. So here's our number one Two Choose One Lie winner. Whenever Pugs goes one way, we follow Pugs all day. Pugs is a legend here. Two Choose One Lie. We're going to, thank you, Mitch, exactly. Put the bat signal out, the Pug signal out. So we make sure we get this one right here. Two Choose One Lie is very simple, and this is the little intro to, so you know what we are playing here, what we're doing here. Two Choose One Lie is just like Quick Questions. We have 3 rules to choose one lie. The first one is the guest is going to provide 3 statements about themselves. 2 are a fact and 1 is a lie. The second one is that the viewers are going to be able to guess the false statement by voting in the poll. If the viewers are correct, one of the viewers will get a prize. It must be in the Discord to claim the prize, and subs will get 5 entries. If me, Brand, gets the correct false statement correct, one of the viewers in today's chat will become a VIP on this channel. Thank you, some dope girl. Thank you. The Batman signal. Yeah, maybe we send out the Batman signal. Exactly. Pugs is the legend. You're right, Mom. You're exactly right. And welcome in, Spence. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Look at that sexy beard. I know you're talking about mine, but I know that the guest is a cool one too.
For sure.
Thank you for joining us today. Welcome in. You came at the perfect time. We're about to possibly be giving away a $10 Amazon gift card to someone on stream here today. So I'm going to give the floor to you, Sales, and I'm going to ask you to please tell me your 3 statements. Once we do that, we're going to pop up a poll for everyone in chat to vote, and if the majority is right, we're going to be giving away that gift card. So, Sales, take us away. What is your 3 statements today?
You just want them in any particular order.
Any order you would choose, yes. Don't give me any hints anywhere. And yeah, go for it.
All right. Statement number 1. I used to sell Rolls Royces.
Okay. I'm just going to write these down too. I'm just going to write these down so I don't forget these. So number 1 is Rolls Royces. Royces? Or Royals Reese's?
Rolls Royces.
Alrighty. All right. Next one.
I used to be a photographer for the Walt Disney Company.
Oh, okay. One sec here. Photographer, Walt Disney Company. Okay. And number 3?
And number 3, I wear size 15 shoes.
Damn. All right. That's an interesting one. Chat, we might be seeing feet pics today. Already, chat, the poll is up. We need to find out the lie here. We got one being that used to sell Rolls Royces. What's it called? Number 2 is that you exactly.
Yes,
Rolls
Mitch,
Reese's
that's
Pieces.
the one.
Exactly. The number 2 is that you used to be a photographer for the Walt Disney Company, and number 3 is that you wear size 15 shoes. Chat, I see you put 3 there. That is totally fine. You can try and persuade chat by putting it in there. However, you need to put it in the poll for it to count. However, if the majority goes to there, you're good. But if the majority does not go to 3, then we're having some trouble here, Batman. And I'm going to be throwing that some other signal your way. I'm just kidding. But I see everyone across the board. Everyone's put 1 on at least one of these here. We have 3 taking the lead of the wearing the size 15 shoes. No one's thinking that those shoes there. The 3 statements, Pugs, are number 1, he used to sell Rolls Royces. or Royals Reese's, as I said. Number 2 is that he used to be a photographer for the Walt Disney Company, and number 3 is that he currently wears size 15 shoes. So, I'm trying not to make too many jokes because I don't want to be mean to you. But I see some people are saying that the Royals Reese's is a lie here. We've got some people catching up here. However, a lot of people are saying still the lead right now is the size 15, number 3, size 15 is a bit there. Hello, Santa. Welcome in. Santa says the pause on the shoes made it questionable. It really decided to make but really just decided to make it a random guess. However, keep in mind, every guess does have it written down. So that pause might have not, you might be looking into that pause a little too much. However, maybe not. Sharky, thank you so much for that 7 months. 7 months with King Twitch. 7 months with you, Sharky. That's what I'm all about. Shout out to us, put up for each other for 7 whole months. My goodness. Thank you, Sharky. Love you, dude. I see we're really heavily pushing on to.
So we're voting on what the lie was.
What the lie
That's
is,
what
yes.
people-
You're not
okay.
looking for the correct one. You're looking for
Gotcha.
the lie. The facial
So we're
expression
looking
while
to
you're reading the
see
options
which
makes me
one's
think it was
lie.
number 1,
Gotcha.
but not sure. Interesting. Well, I keep in mind, I was also saying Royals Reese's, which is not an actual thing, which is possibly why he's laughing.
Rolls Royces. Rolls Royces.
Rolls Royce's sales is number 1. That is the lie that you used to sell them. Number 2 is that he used to be a photographer for the Walt Disney Company. And number 3 is that he wears size 15 shoes. So 1 being the Rolls Royce sales. Number 2 being a photographer Disney Company, Walt Disney Company. And number 3 is size 15 shoes. So 1, 2, or 3. Chat, you're very close with 1 and 3. I see 6 people going for number 1. I see 2 people for number 2 and 7 people for number 3, which is the size 15 shoes. So currently size 15 shoes are in the lead here. And it looks like we're going to end with that. So chat has chosen. Chat has spoken. They have decided flipper feet are not for you. However, we'll find out if you do, in fact, have quite big old feet. And I'm interested. Sharky says, I wear size 13 shoes. I completely believe that he wears size 15. Interesting. Okay. I mean, Sharky, I've seen those feet pics, so I mean, I can definitely vouch for that.
Sharky's a believer.
What's it called? They don't call you Sharky for any reason.
How tall are you, Sharky? Just a quick question. How tall are you?
Sharky's a big boy. Sharky's a big boy. Mitch goes, I think he must wear 16 or 14. So so you're thinking it's in the big brain there. Sharky's 4'3". Yeah, right. Imagine. His feet would be bigger than his length of his body.
right.
That size. My goodness. Oh my goodness. I play poker and I think I spotted his tail. Jason, before we get the proper answer, what do you think it is, Jason? Because maybe I'll go with it. Flem, I'm 4'3". Flem, not a shot. No shot. Flem's like at least like 8 feet tall. Or at least has the energy of an 8 foot tall person. With a name like Flim Flam Flam, my favorite name, by the way.
That is a great name.
Right?
No
Isn't
doubt.
it? My favorite name.
That's a great
Flim's been here for months. And I even talked to Flim the other day too on Discord. But Flim has been one of my favorite names I've seen in chat in a long time.
Very cool.
You think the Rolls Royce, the Royals Reese's Pieces? Is that what we're thinking? You know what? Jason, you and there was someone else who said that. Pugs also said it. And Pugs, as I said, they are like our number 1 Two Truths One Lie legend. They always know what the lie is. And so I'm gonna go with the Royals Reese's. So Sales, will you please do me the pleasure? Were you not in fact a Royals Reese's Pieces?
What did chat vote in though? But you're saying it's
so I'm going against chat. I'm not going with chat. Sometimes this proves to make me seem like an idiot. And I will say it's definitely something that it happens way too often. However, there's the few times where I'm actually right. And usually a couple of people here. But the Rolls Royce, being a salesman for Rolls Royce, have you been a salesman? Is that the lie?
I have not sold Rolls Royce.
So that is a lie.
Yes.
Okay. Well, chat, someone's getting kicked out of the family today. But what that means, chat, is that I am correct. Dun, 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 dun.
Yes, you are correct.
So unfortunately, that doesn't mean we're giving away an Amazon gift card, unfortunately. That doesn't mean we're giving I should have stayed quiet. So what that means though, chat, we're not giving away an Amazon gift card after stream. However, there's still something you can take away from this. If you're a streamer and you're here, because I know there's a lot of streamers in here. I know there's tons of streamers, and I'm gonna have to go through that. By the way, too, I'd love for you to hit me up in Discord. I really would love to kind of get to know all of you too, because I know there's a lot of people that I know there's a lot of people that are in chat here that I couldn't, I'm not gonna be able to remember this. This is a no VODs only, so it's not gonna be able to click your name or anything like that. I would love if you message me on Discord, private message, and say, hey, this is my link. I'd love to meet you. We are always looking for people to be on this show, as well as Who Are You, our game show that we do every so often. And maybe it's something you'd be interested in. We give away $100 every single episode of Who Are You. Mitch with 1L, the lovely person in there, has actually won it. Sharky and Pugs have also been on it. I'm trying to see if there's anyone else that's in chat here. Mr. Ken Carter has been on, is my lovely co-host on there. If maybe that's something that interests you, send me a message with your link, and maybe we'll check it out for you. Oh my God, Mitch, chill. Oh my God. Are you sure, Mom? Are you sure? Mom's saying give away the Amazon gift card. She's paying for it. Mom's money. Mitch, wow. Yeah, exactly. So I guess I guess we can. I guess we can do both. Sure, fine. Mom's paying for the gift card. We're giving away a gift card today, I guess, chat. This doesn't happen. This is the first time ever happened. Mom's on one. She hears National Lampoon and she's like going crazy. However, while I set that up, chat, if you would like to be a VIP on this channel, and like I said, I'd love to meet some of you guys. However, we have a little family here. If you search up slash in chat, if you go slash VIPs, you're going to see a list of, I think, 6 names. We have 6 names. We don't have 7 today, which is actually interesting. So, why I'm saying this, we have 2 people. The first 2 are Mama Lisa, my own mom, and Allegra, my girlfriend, the one who I live with, my beautiful, amazing girlfriend. After that, we have Only Damien, NTF Iggy, Senpai Pugs, and Soul and Wolf. Those are part of my family. They're part of my extended family, whether you want to, whether or not.
There you go,
exactly.
Mama Lisa.
However, if you would like to join our family, there's 1 spot left. Usually we have 5. However, because the lovely behavior has been moved into a mod position, you, Sales, do not have to remove anyone from there. Yeah, B's a part of the mod squad now, Pugs. So we not have to remove anyone, which is sometimes you're put on the hot seat, you have to remove someone. However, today is different. Today is a good day. You don't have to do any removal of my family. You don't have to remove anyone from my family today, Sales. Everyone stays in the family today.
Goodness.
Because that's a lot of pressure, I know. However, I need you to add someone to family. This is how we do it here. Chat, if you see on there's the third thing you can choose from the Bren coin is a little thing with a little hand saying pick me. If you would like to be a VIP of this channel, please hit that pick me right now. And in a moment, I'm going to select someone to be a part of this channel. As that, wow, look at all those names popping up. Love to see it. Pugs, you can't be you're already one. What the?
Wow, these guys aren't making this difficult for me.
No, right? Oh my goodness. I think
boy.
this might be the most that we've ever seen on there. Oh my goodness, I see Zanya. I see everyone. My goodness.
Okay, I got a question for you.
Of course.
Do you
Shoot.
have command watch time set up in your stream?
There is. You're more than welcome to use it. Go for it.
Okay.
If that's how you'd like to do it, you're more than welcome.
I would love to see the command watch time for some of these that are asking for the VIP.
Okay, sure. Go for it. ! Watch time, and then you can, I think you can tag their name, I believe.
Who believes that they have the most watch time?
Ooh. The ones that aren't already in here, I think it might be.
Mitch is 05.
Wow, Flim, you're really lurking a lot, hey? I never knew that. Keep in mind, my mods,
So what do we have
my
so
mods
far? We have-
or other VIPs cannot be selected. Just keep that in mind.
Sure, obviously.
But aside from that, you can choose anyone.
So,
do you want me to read off the names that I've seen so far as we're going here? I know there's more people coming in.
Who's not a mod that? Okay, was it Orden?
Okay,
so
let's.
37.
So Ordon is Jay. So you'll hear me call him Jay a lot, but that is Jay. Jay
Okay,
probably has the most.
and-
So that's the first one. You also got Sharky LQ, who has been a friend and someone who's been a past guest on here. You have Sana,
Okay.
who's been a lovely friend from a long time ago. Who's been on here, hasn't missed a single episode since we've met him. We have Mitch with 1L, a past guest, a past winner of Who Are You as well. We have Scream, our brand new friend. We have Batman, a brand new friend. We have Pugs, who unfortunately cannot be chosen. We have Some Dope Girl, an amazing new friend who we met today.
Right.
Who's hosted us as well, which is amazing. We have Flim Flam Flam.
Donovan,
Let's go.
been here since Jesus was in 3rd grade.
Yeah, basically. And then we have Flim Flam Flem, who's been here probably the second longest, I think I would say, if I had to guess, from people.
VIP, and the Founders Badge flex, Donovan.
Really
I
though.
see it.
Exactly.
I see it, Donovan.
We have Zanya, as you know, the lovely Zanya. We have Spence, who's been our new friend, and we have Jason, who's another new friend. So we have a lot of new friends, and that's true. Sharky has been on Brenga 7 times. That is true. He is probably one of the most, aside from Ken, the most reoccurring guests that we've ever had on this channel.
So Ordon,
yes,
I'm seeing has the most watch time.
That is very likely correct.
Okay. That's my pick for the VIP.
Okay. All right. Well, Jay, is this the first time, Jay, you've been in the family? Is that right? Let's go. Ordon VIP. Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, first
Ordon,
time. Oh my goodness.
I hope my check's in the mail.
Well, Jay, welcome to the family. I couldn't have asked for another one here. Exactly. Yeah, no, exactly. Donovan, you can't move out of that bestie / mod position. Nuh-uh. Neither can you, Multi. Nuh-uh. Please call me by my full name. What is your full name?
Jason DeSlice.
Jason DeSlice. Jason DeSlice. That's a mouthful. I'm not good with
Oh, he's awesome, man. He's a Warzone beast from the East Coast.
You know what happens, Jason DeSlice, is that when I say full names, that's when I start messing up names, and you get a name that is definitely not yours. So I will try my best because you asked me to. However, I'm not promising much. You might be getting a name that is not yours. Flim Flam Flam? Yes, exactly. Because I love that name. That is because that name rolls off my tongue at this point. I say that name in my sleep. It confuses my girlfriend a lot. However, we're gonna be doing a giveaway as well. Never coming on for the show again. Well, I mean, I thought the first couple times you would never come back, but hey, look at how it's going there, Sharky. We're going to set up a little giveaway here. We have.
I see you, Batman. Let's hook. Let's go.
Win a $10 Amazon gift card. So chat, this is quite simple. This is gonna be quite simple. It's not too hard. It's quite simple. There's one way. My nickname is Slice. I can call you Slice. That works. I want a slice of that. That's weird. All right. So chat, there's very simple. You need to do one of two things, or you need to do two things of two things. Is that right? Is that right? Yeah. You need to do two things. Hello, Katie. Welcome in. Settle down, Brendan. All right.
Deep breath.
Yeah, I don't do those well. So we're gonna give a $10 Amazon gift card. How you can enter is very simple. You got to do two things. One, you got to be in the Discord. ! Discord. Get in our Discord. Jump on the sofa. That's our general chat. We'd love to meet you. We have some drinks there set up for you. We can get some little apple juice boxes. We got you. Thank you, Sharky, for stopping in. Good to see you. And then ! Enter is the second thing you got to do. You need to be entered in this giveaway. If your name is not ! Enter, I cannot get. How am I going to put you in the giveaway? And then the Discord is because how am I going to get a hold of you? That's what you know what I'm saying. After stream, we're going to do a little wheel. And usually I would say this is sponsored by Bren's Closet, but this is actually not sponsored by Bren's Closet, and I don't know what's put up there. It's actually sponsored by Bren's mom. So that what's called. Shout out to Mama Lisa at Mama Lisa. Thank Mama Lisa in chat for the giveaway. Because we don't usually do this. Yeah, go follow Mama Lisa on and those things that Malty and Donovan put in there. Thank you so much. I need to win this gift card. I'm so broke. I can't afford to pay attention. Yo, that's me. That's some facts. However, if you see your name on this list here, let's see here. We got a desktop screen there. Nope, that's the wrong desktop stream. Hang on. Pause, chat. Pause. What do we got here? Is screen 2? Screen 2? There it is. So if you see your name here, you're on here. So I see Multi. I see Jay. I see Donovan. I see Sana. I see Pugs. I see some dope girl. I see Spence. That's all I know. I see Flim Flam Flam. ! Enters. All you gotta do to be in there, as well as be in the Discord. So make sure you're in the Discord. Make sure you put ! Enter. Someone's gonna win it. Why not you? Hello, Zunya. I see you in there as well. Get in here and be a part of this giveaway because hey, someone's gonna get it. Why not you, right? Batman, I see you. I see you. So get in here. This will run for the rest of the stream. At the very end, we're going to roll in the Discord. If you'd like to join us in the living room in the Discord, we will be giving this away. So you want to make sure you're there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We always have a lot of fun. We do it. Pugs can vouch for that. Pugs knows how much fun that can be. So continue on. Thank you, Sonny. Exactly. Thank Mama Lisa. Mama Lisa's great. So continue on here. This is the part of the show where we get into the deep questions. We like
right.
kind of pulling back the things. We're getting to know a little bit more about you, Sales, and
Okay.
who you are and what you're all about. So we've talked about things. We've talked about how you wipe your ass. We've talked about your bikes that you got for gifts. We've talking about actually, sorry, hang on, pause. Before we go into deep questions, I realized something. We didn't finish up the things for this. That two choose one lie. I want to hear a little bit about them. So obviously the Rolls Royce.
Okay.
That's not a thing that you've never sold Rolls Royce. But
I've never sold a
is
Rolls
there
Royce,
any
no.
truth to that at all?
I was a car salesman.
Okay.
I did sell cars. And Rolls Royce is probably one of the vehicles that I didn't sell. I think the most high end vehicles I sold were probably I sold some BMWs, some Mercedes Benz, Porsche, ton of Cadillacs, new Cadillacs, and Chevrolets. That's basically that was my bread and butter.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds great. All right. So, then the ones we're a little bit interested in here. There's two ones we're really interested in here. We're gonna start with the first one. The one that no one in chat thought that was a lie. Not many people in chat thought was a lie. I think there was only like 2 votes on it at the end. And that you used to be a photographer for the Walt Disney Company. I'm interested about that.
That's a fact.
So you very well know that it is one of the most magical places on earth.
It is.
Where did you shoot? Where did you shoot at?
My home base was the Magic Kingdom at Disney
Okay.
World in Orlando. Well, Kissimmee. Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually Lake Buena Vista. But yes, that's what was my home base. But it my position was one of the only cast member positions in the entire Walt Disney Company that you could do in any one of their park. So I could literally put in for a position at Disneyland. I could have put in a position for, Euro Disney, anywhere in the world. That position was something that could be done literally anywhere in the world.
Huh. So was
And
it
I was
photography or Disney that brought you to Disney?
It was I needed a job. I was going to school full time, and it was like a job fair for the schooling that I was in, and I was the only student that was given a position there.
Okay. That's really cool. That's an awesome story for sure. Regardless. That's a very interesting one. And then the one that everyone is interested about. Size 15 shoes. First off, where do you find shoes?
I literally, when I go shopping for shoes, now you can get them off the internet. But even then, I literally shop by size. I don't shop by design, color, or anything like that. Like, I can't. You literally have to go in, like if you go into a store and you literally ask them, do you have any size 15 shoes? And then at that point, I either try on what they have, or, I pick and choose which one I want to narrow. Typically, they will never have a size 15 shoe. They don't have one. So either they'll say, hey, you can check our website, things like that. I've never wanted to have to buy a pair of shoes from the internet and then get them and then have them not fit properly and then just have to send them back. I always wanted to be able to just put a pair of shoes on. If I liked them, walk out with them on, But that's one of the biggest problems with having such small feet is the availability of the shoes. You don't get the opportunity to just go and pick, hey, I like those right there. And okay, what size you wear? 15. Well, we don't have that in 15. So I'm done shopping for any particular shoe. I'm literally shopping for a size only.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you first bought your first pair of 15s?
Yeah, I didn't buy my first pair of 15s. My parents did. I was in 14s at 14 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I remember that just off the top of my head, just because I was that young and I wore 14s. But I was in 15s before I left high school.
Okay.
And my dad and my brother both wear 15s also.
Okay, crazy. That's insane. My goodness, that's a whole lot of shoe. But I like you said, it's
You're doing great, Bren.
Thank you, Earl. That is it's very difficult because I think it's like you said, it's hard to find a shoe when you're like you're trying to you need to find something that fits, obviously, that's comfortable. Multi, yeah, exactly.
And
Multi
she
feet
are
longer
longer
than
than
I am tall. Really though, exactly. That's what I'm feeling like right now. How tall are you then?
I'm 6'2".
Okay. Damn.
And then I'm the shortest guy in my family.
You're size 14, Pugs. My goodness. Getting bigger than that is tough. Yeah, no kidding. Like I think
Pug's knows. Pug, even at 14, it's very difficult to find 14s.
Yeah. Like Pugs, I will say is that like for me is
nice. Pugs
is definitely not is definitely
Skyscraper.
is like that's even hard. Like it like I mean like you still don't even have selections, even like things like 10s, 11s. Like those are like Jay said, like 11s and no complaints here. Like I don't have much of a complaint, but I will say is like I can only imagine. Like I don't think I've ever seen anything over 13. Like or 13 and over. Like I think like 12 is usually where it stops for most of the box stores around here.
Yep.
Yeah, no kidding, Pugs. The day you should try to get heels, exactly. That's gonna be scary. Because like, however, I'm sure there's those companies that make those specific. If not, some company needs to start making those because they're gonna make a killing on those people with big. Because look at this, half this chat is big feet. Like, I mean, send as Donovan said, send your feet pics to the mods. Don't do that, please. That sort of sound really creepy. No. Yeah, no, the thing is like is a lot of big box stores don't sell those.
No, they don't have them.
It's crazy to think.
That's why the first, before you even go and look at for shoes, you just go right to some individual that's working there and say, "Do you have size 15?" Like,
or don't waste my time.
Don't waste anybody's time.
Yeah, really, exactly. Interesting.
Just go look and see if you have 15s, and then bring out the 15s that you have. Typically, it's only 2 or 3 boxes. And then some will be some off the wall, something that nobody would ever purchase, and that's why they still have them.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, yeah, about that. That's not gonna work.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay, so that is Choo-Choo's One Lie. Now we're getting into the deep questions. Now we're getting into the deep stuff. No more feet talk. No more wiping asses talk. We're gonna get into the real stuff. About kind of things that I've learned about you over the last little while, through research or through kind of things you've told me, and get to know the real sales. I have some questions that I have for you that I would like to ask regardless. Let's start with my favorite one. You said you were born in 75, so you have quite a few years of wisdom on me on that. Even though you were a youngin as well, as you like to say. How many years young are you? However, I want to hear this one because this is always going to be a good one. And we obviously talked about age really relating to a lot of wisdom and stuff like that. And obviously you've already told us about some past jobs you've had about being a salesperson and being a photographer. But I'm interested, and maybe it's something you've gained from there, something is just from life experience in itself, is what is the best piece of advice that you have ever received?
What is the best advice I've ever
Correct.
received? Be careful who you listen to because they might be broke.
Interesting. Do you want to explain that a little bit?
I was blessed to have some very successful mentors in my life. I worked for some very successful individuals. When I say successful, I don't only mean in a monetary position, but I mean in business wise. The growth of their businesses, their families, the growth of their families, the success of their families and their children's and things like that. Those people that mentored me they had a vested interest in my success. Okay. I was in positions to where my success helped theirs. Okay. So they were very vested in how successful I was in my position. So when they told me pieces of information like that, I knew they weren't bullshitting me. Like, I knew right away what they were telling me was something that's going to help me, because in return, when I'm helped, they're helped. Okay. It's a win-win situation. You always want to put yourself in a position working with others where there's a win-win situation. That's another thing that's a huge part of sales. You wanted a win-win situation for you as the salesperson and the individual that's receiving the product, service, whatever it is, right? So, but from more than one mentor of mine, they've always said, be careful who you're getting advice from, or you're told how to do something, because those individuals, their opinions are free, right? They're always willing to give you their opinion on anything. So if you're not getting advice from people that have results of either where you want to go or where you want to be in life, if they don't have the results to show you that, it's probably not worth listening to them. Okay? I'm talking about advice. How to get somewhere, maybe how to make money, how to make friends, how to have a successful marriage. You're not going to get advice for somebody that's in a successful divorce, right? About being married. Okay? So, when you get advice, be careful who you're listening to, because they might be broke.
Okay. I can definitely see how you're saying that. It definitely, like, I think is you want to make sure you're taking it from the right thing. Like, I think a lot of people can relate to kind of that credibility, exactly. And I think it is important to realize who's saying it. I think everyone what's that saying? Everyone has their own opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Yeah,
Like
everybody has one.
like, and I think that's
Exactly.
the same thing could pretty much go for advice. Everyone has a piece of
Mhm.
advice that they follow and they say like that. And there's been or I will say is like, I think certain things is, you're right, is some people will give you advice or things that they think is helpful, but may have helped them, but not exactly going to help you in a sense.
All right.
If that makes sense. Like, and it has to be really curated to you. And that's why I like this question a lot, is because everyone has their own advice that works well for them, and maybe something that you can find kind of someone else can maybe find a little bit of solstice in, or some form or fashion like that. But it's not going to relate to everyone. Always. It's
Mhm.
going to be credible to the people who have done it. And then also additionally is, if that has actually worked for that individual. If you're coming on here and you're saying, "Oh, do this, and this," and you have nothing to back it up, then I mean, what do you know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
sort of thing, like, that's great that you have the goals and ambitions to do it, but if you haven't pulled it off, how can you tell someone how to do it? And I think that's something that I've really
Yep.
struggled with, and especially in this Twitch thing, is trying to help out streamers that are smaller than me, but I haven't made it. You know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
I'm working on it, and that's my goal
Yeah.
and ambition. But it's not something I can basically say like, this is gonna work 100% of the time, because I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe it just worked for me because I got lucky.
Yeah.
I don't know. And so,
Well, when we talk about streaming, because we're both on
of
Twitch,
course,
and when I made it known that at one point that I was going to be pushing for partner, you'd be amazed how many people wanted to give me advice on how to become a partner on Twitch. How many of them were partners on Twitch? 0.
hmm
You know what I mean? It's like,
but everyone has a
not,
friend.
yeah, exactly. But hey, this guy told me this, that, and the other thing. Okay, well, great. Maybe I'll message him and drop your name and say, hey, so and so said to do it this way or whatever, or maybe you could give me some insight on how to
hmm
do this, that, or the other thing. You like Gorminator is a great example of this. He's in a position. We don't talk about what his goals are with Twitch. I will tell you that I'm very, very proud of that man and what he's accomplished on Twitch. And that's something he speaks of in his streams, because I know that people are going to offer that guy advice. Don't listen to people that are averaging 3 to 10, let's say 3 to 10 viewers on how to become a partner on Twitch. It's not where the information that you need to get the results that you're looking for. Like,
hmm
it's impossible. Though if they were able to reach partner, they would. And now, once they've reached partner, then they could tell you how it's done. You know, I can tell you how to unlock the application for partnership because I have my partnership application unlocked. I'm not a partner with Twitch, but I have my application unlocked. That's, that's my God saving grace about partnership. I have the application unlocked, and once that's unlocked, it never goes away.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. So
Yeah.
that's something that's news to me. So I would say, though, is like, agreed though. Like, I think as certain things is, I think it's very important where you have to realize is sometimes it's not the is especially at like 3 to 10 as you use as an example. I think it is important to realize that like at that point you're learning how to kind of what works and what doesn't with your channel. And that's the thing too is like I said at the beginning,
I'm not
everyone's going to be
saying
different.
that to shit on them. I'm just
Oh,
saying
totally, yeah.
those people are still figuring it out,
Yeah.
right? They and maybe they've tripled their views in the last month. Now that's something you want to see. That's something that you want to know how they did.
Mm-hmm.
How did they go from 3 average viewers to 10? That's a huge leap for a streamer, as you know. Once you start gaining the viewership like that fast, that starts opening eyes everywhere.
Of course.
Like they
Of
know
course.
because those people are around supporting other people. And once they know that those people are going up on their friends list or the recommended list, right away that opens eyes. It also opens doors. It opens availability to a lot more than just Twitch because it does. It just does.
Of course. And yeah, no, I think that's an important kind of thing to add on there too. Exactly. And so yeah, no, I think I definitely could agree with you on that. Is the credibility is key. Credibility is key for a lot of this, whether you're streaming or whether it's relationships, whatever it may be. Credibility is key to where you're getting information. It's a great point.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously we've heard a lot about kind of things, kind of some stories about you. We've heard about your times at Disney. We've heard a little bit, not much. We've heard a little bit about some of your sales. But what would you say is a life-changing event that you have experienced?
Life-changing event that I have experienced. Probably deaths in my family. I lost my mother this past April, and that was a life-changing, experience. It, when I say life-changing, your life doesn't change a ton, but it changes your outlook on things. Like, like I said, none of us are given tomorrow. Nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. We never know what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. It could change by our lives, your loved ones' lives. Anything is possible. There's a constant reminder every time we pass the cemetery. It's inevitable. It's going to happen to everybody. There's nobody getting off this rock alive. Okay, so we all know that. But those things are life changing because it puts in perspective. It gives you proper perspective on a lot of different things. You're able to say, "Hey, I would suggest spending more time with your family because such and such happened to me." Sometimes there's individuals that'll be like, "Good riddance. I'm glad they're gone. They were a problem for me. This, that, and the other thing. They're parasites. There's family members that are like that. I know that they're around. Okay, but those are life changing experiences. When you have loved ones that you lose, that's a huge life changing experience. Mentally, most off, it's mental. There's a change in your mind about the outlook on everything that you do. Okay, so life changing experience, the passing of my mother.
For sure, I can definitely understand how that was, and I'm so sorry for your loss as well too.
Thank you.
I
I feel for you, for your grandparents, and
thank you.
It's just you still have grandparents that's ill right now. If you get the opportunity to ask them some questions that maybe have never thought of asking them before. You'd be surprised the answers that they give you. They might give you some advice that you never thought about asking them. And if they're not asked, they may not want to bring it up. There might be something that they're telling you in their mind that they want to share with you, but they don't have the heart to do it, or they just think it's not their place, things like that. Give them the opportunity to explain things to you, maybe something that they want you to change about yourself, or somebody that's around you, anything like that. Those individuals have experience, okay? Grandparents have experience that we can't duplicate. I'm not a grandparent, even though I'm old enough to be one, but I'm not. So I can't tell you how to be a grandparent. But what I'm saying is, those people definitely have information, and we're in the information age, right? This is the information age. Factories have been built and demolished. We're in the information age. It's all about information. Those people have information that people are not even asking them questions about. Get that information when you can, because when they're gone, you're never going to hear it.
That's true. That's some good advice right there, is what that is, and I agree with that. I think, hey, I have a couple questions I'm sure I could ask.
Right, exactly.
Right, and so yeah, no, for sure. I think that's definitely something that we could definitely do, and I think like we talked earlier in this stream about how many people have lost grandparents and things like that, and it's definitely
Exactly.
something that I think a lot of people can relate to, unfortunately. And like you said, it's unfortunately inevitable. Bro got me looking like I'm eating a raw onion over here. Slice, I hear you, Slice. And so yeah, so I definitely can relate with that, and I think that's a great piece of advice as well too. And not only is it a life-changing event, but it's also something that's kind of you learn from as well, and you kind of took away from there is that it really is important to spend that time with the loved ones, whether grandparents or parents, whatever it may be, or family members or loved ones. Period. Spend that time with them, because it's important, because one day it's unfortunately not going to be that way. And okay. So going from there, how do we take this from here? Because obviously we don't want to pull you right out of the deep stuff, because this is where we get the thing. This is the real raw part of connections. This is
We're
what I love
making a
about
great
connection.
connection. Absolutely.
Exactly. However, throughout our time talking here, I've picked up on a couple small little things you threw out here and there.
Okay.
One thing that I want, and keep in mind, this is totally up to your comfort to answer. If you don't want to answer, we move on and we do something else.
Sure.
As I wanted to talk about, you said you talked about being sober and that you don't drink.
Mhm.
So what was the cause of that? What kind of led to the change, and how is it going?
It's going phenomenal. I never had a problem with alcoholism. I never was an alcoholic or anything like that. The reason I became sober was because I was losing weight, and I had lost a ton of weight, and I had reached a point where I was like plateaued. I couldn't lose any more weight. And I know that, alcohol has a shit ton of calories in it. And I never passed up the opportunity to drink, especially sociably. And in northern Michigan, there is literally a craft beer brewery, a microbrewery, like every 100 yards. Like that microbreweries are huge in the whole state of Michigan. I've done a lot of traveling. Okay, just in this last 2 weeks, I've traveled over 3,000 miles
My goodness.
just between Montana and Michigan, over the road driving, and I drove basically nonstop both directions. So, but I did not see any of those breweries nowhere in comparison to what you'll have in Michigan. It's ridiculous. So I grew to love the flavor of craft beer, and I loved Scotch. Just, but it wasn't to the point where I'm getting blasted every time. No, it was just literally, maybe it was as I got older, I just started my taste buds change or whatever it was. I started enjoying beer more than just to get drunk. It was because as I was younger, it was, if you're drinking, it's for one reason, it's to get trashed, and do it as fast as possible. It's like that I never had control of my ability to not be drunk when I was drinking. Like, if I started drinking, and if I was with my friends or relatives or somebody else that was drinking, we were getting drunk, and that was the whole purpose of drinking. So now I've been sober now for 2 years and 7 months,
Awesome.
and it's going very well. And I don't go through the store looking at beer thinking, man, I wish I could have a drink. No, I know I could start drinking again and not have a problem with it. It's just something that I stopped doing, and I just don't have any ambition of ever drinking again. I just don't want to do it. Number one, I just realized, you know, how much money I spent on alcohol. Like, holy jumping Jesus on a pogo stick. You could buy houses for the amount of money people drink away or smoke away in cigarettes and things like that. They're vices. They're vices for a lot of people. I thank you so much, Spence. I appreciate it. But the thing is it if you're going to consume that and enjoy it, more power to you. More power to you. If you want to do that, I'm not going to judge anybody for doing that. But just know I'm not going to do it with you. I'm not going to do it with you just because I don't want to.
Like really, and I think
Thank you, Orden.
It's different because it's definitely interesting because obviously we usually hear stories of sobriety coming from a bigger like a case of health and like tearing apart families,
Yes.
things like that, and like a
Yes.
very dark and very kind of
I
morbid
got way
sense.
ahead of that curve. I got way ahead of that curve.
But that's
Thank
good
God.
because who knows what it could have brought it had that been consistently continuing. Like you said, you were consistently going to those. You like the flavor sort of thing, and obviously in moderation, everything's great. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of things that are in moderation that is fine, but in moderation, that's the key word. And I think is being able to kind of know that it wasn't moderated how you wanted it to be. You decided that it was affecting your health in a way that maybe is a little bit different from maybe most people that have chosen to go sober, and you chose that. Hey, I want to change something in my life, and that's the thing that I chose. And I mean, I think I'm not much of a drinker. I drink on occasion, and that's about it. And usually when I'm drinking, it's 1-2 tops. Like it's not much. And it is just to kind of get a little more comfortable. I think would be probably the best way to put it. But I'm pretty comfortable in my own skin already to begin with, so I don't really need much. To do
Another
that.
thing there was I was in a position where when I did drink, right before I quit drinking, I was in a position where I was by myself. So when I did drink, I didn't have anybody to drive. So I was, in a position to where I wasn't drunk, but probably there was a good chance that if I had gotten pulled over and they tested me, I probably would have, been over the scale of not legal. But, in my eyes, in my opinion, I could drive just fine. But I know there's laws that people have to abide by, and I've seen those accidents. God forbid that ever had happened, and it didn't, thank goodness. But that's something else. That if you're ever in a position where you're drinking, and then you realize, shit, I got to get home. But now, the only way I can get home is if I drive. Well, you better have some proper perspective on looking up at that. Raise yourself up and look at, is it really worth taking that chance? Because for Christ's sakes, just the legal costs alone of a drunk driving is just astronomical. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it.
I'm putting the
So
risk of your life and someone else's at line
exactly.
too, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
lives and financially, just you're basically you're going to be going bankrupt. It's a bad situation.
Financially and mentally, I'm sure if something was to happen.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I think I don't even go behind the wheel after something like an alcoholic dessert. Alcoholic desserts, interesting. But yeah, no, I would say as far as that is yeah, no, I've never been something for that. I do enjoy I use loosely being like the designated driver, like the DD home sort of thing, and being that person to drive, because I don't enjoy drinking, but I'll go hang out, and you mean like it's never been something that I've had an issue with, or for that kind of sense, it's not anything that I've I just don't have an interest in it. It's just not for me, and I think that's the and that's the thing is like I'm sure that like a lot of people can kind of relate is that sense of where like you've been drinking, you've been out there, you have a car there, and you're like, well, I don't want to leave this home because then I got to go taxi there and taxi back, and that's a lot of
Yeah,
money and stuff like that. And
exactly.
like,
Boy, this Uber is
but
gonna be expensive.
exactly,
Shit,
and that's the thing is, but it's also that thing of you're putting your life and someone else's at risk
Yep.
by getting behind that thing. There's laws and places and for reasons that things unfortunately happen and stuff like that, and it ruins lives in many more than one way. And it's just unfortunately there's too many people that get behind the wheels. But I will say, just kind of looping all back, is I think you've done the right choice. I think it's something that in a different way than, I mean, obviously we're used to hearing. You had a bit of an unhealthy relationship with alcohol, not in the kind of similar way, but in kind of more of a fitness kind of sense.
Yep.
And I think you did the right thing to just decide, you know what, I'm going to switch to something that's a little different, and switch to something else, and maybe I'll have a Monster instead of a instead of an alcoholic drink.
That's not probably the best.
No, it's not the
healthy
best, but
thing to
hey,
do
it's
either. But
it's not going to
yeah,
impair you.
It's not alcohol.
Exactly. It's not going to impair you as much in that sense. It doesn't have that effect of impairment. Maybe it's just jitters.
Right.
But and then going on from that is kind of things that I've learned about you for the last little while too, is we were talking a little while back here for the pre-stream meeting when we kind of got to know each other a little bit. And I mean that meeting was a little bit longer than we usually have them, but it was lovely in talking to both of you. I will say though is you mentioned something too, and same as the last one, explain as much as you'd like to. Is you talked about having a little bit of cerebral palsy as well.
Yes.
I think you said in your hands, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it affects only my left side.
Okay.
So my left side is it's affected by cerebral palsy. It only affects one side of my body.
Okay.
So it's a minor, I'd say it's very minute, but it does affect me greatly.
Of course.
But I've never lived my life as a victim of it. There's been situations where I'm very frustrated with it, because growing up there was a lot of things that I didn't do because of it. But it didn't stop me from enjoying. I was very active in sports. I was active in band. I was, I I figured to myself that I had more ability than I had disability. So that's what I focused on the most, and I didn't allow it to hinder me in that way, shape, or form. But it is, as I got older, I did notice more. It affects me a lot more as I got older. But the the aspects of life that I've enjoyed my life, and I don't hesitate to try new things if I get the opportunity to. Um, one of the biggest issues I have with it is balance, and of course strength. I'm very weak on that side, just because the brain doesn't give the signal to those particular parts of your body to move in certain directions. There's just no signal from your brain to tell. Like for an example, my left hand, I can't turn it over. Like here's flat. I can't turn it over any further than like halfway, where you can go like this without any problem. That's just one thing.
So you can't flip it back.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
How debilitating that little motion could be if you don't have it.
But imagine holding like a plate, for instance, a plate, like handing a plate to someone. Exactly. Definitely. I could definitely understand it. Of course.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but the right side has overcompensated its entire life, and that kind of drained on me physically over time. But like again, I said I never wanted to be a victim of it, and I never wanted sympathy because of it, anything like that. So, but I'm a huge proponent for helping those that do have it worse than I do. There was an individual, a very I had a founder's badge in his stream, and he was doing a charity stream for the Cerebral Palsy Foundation. I thought, wow, that's kind of cool. So we raided into him, and that's when I found out he had cerebral palsy. I had no idea, and then he had no idea that I had it either. So that was kind of cool. And then he sent, and I was able to gift to the foundation, and then he sent me this hat
That's
for
so
the
cool.
Cerebral Foundation. So
That's awesome.
that was really cool and something to find out about another streamer that I never knew about, and we just been really good friends before that, and then we now we have that connection now that we both have cerebral palsy, so that's really cool.
That's really awesome, and I think that's
Yeah.
something that's huge to see, and I think it's definitely something that you mean it's something that would be a negative that you definitely turn into a positive, and
Mhm.
I applaud you for that. And kind of keeping on this topic too is obviously you said like it's something that you've never looked for any kind of like you've never looked for anything from it. It's just kind of been something that you affected. You fight through it, but whatever, type of thing.
Right.
What would you say to so first off, actually, my first question is when were you diagnosed with this? Was this like something since birth or?
Yeah, I've had it since birth. It was a birth defect.
Okay.
There's several different ways to obtain cerebral palsy, but the most prolific is birth defect. So what we found, and I don't know too many people older than I am that have cerebral palsy, but I've noticed there's a lot more people younger than I am that have it than I do, but but it's because of a lack of oxygen for several different reasons. I was in the birth canal for way too long. That's basically why I had gotten it. Or there was another reason was there I had jaundice. So jaundice is basically bile in your blood. So you turn yellow. Okay, I was in an incubator and they sent me home and they had to send me back, after birth. And I was in and out of the hospital quite a bit, but I wasn't diagnosed until I was 3 years old. My grandmother noticed I was favoring that side, maybe when I was just starting to walk or whatever it was. But, growing up, you know, I had training wheels on my bike a lot longer than anybody else did just because my balance was terrible. Like if I was to stop and if I happened to have to stop and lean to my left side, chances are I was going down. Like it was terrible. But my grandmother noticed when I think I was diagnosed at 3 years old. But I'd had it since birth. It had happened at birth.
That's very interesting, and like me not knowing enough about cerebral palsy to kind of do. So obviously you said it's all through your left side of your body. You said so your hand and I'm assuming your feet.
Yep. Well, my whole left side is
Whole
what it
side?
affects my arm, my leg, my feet. One of the biggest things it affects is my left foot. I have what's called drop toe. So basically, your foot isn't walking like this. Like how your foot you take a step, and you roll on your
Yeah.
heel.
Yeah.
My left foot wants to be front first when I'm just taking a step. So I always try my front. And as I was growing up, I fell a ton because I tripped on basically a line in the sand because my left foot was dragging all the time because it wasn't picking the front of my foot up and then dropping the heel,
Yeah.
heel to toe. It was toe to heel from a left side. So I mentally to this day have to tell myself to lift my left front toes every step I take. It's mentally challenging
Totally.
on walks or runs or anything you want to do because if you're not telling yourself to do that, you're not my brain doesn't subconsciously tell my foot that I'm walking and I need to pick it up and put it down. So I'm literally had to teach myself how to make that process happen where everybody else is just walking. They're just it's something they do every day.
Yeah.
So but I've done it so much that it doesn't bother me because I do it automatically. So hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like
no, definitely. You
you
painted a
have
good
to
picture.
train yourself, you crawl first, you walk, run, But even to this day, I have to tell myself to pick up the front of my foot or else I'm going to trip and fall.
Crazy. It's something that I would definitely take for granted. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's those small things that we take for granted but that are so really it's meaningful to me not even realizing how meaningful it is to me because if it didn't work, it
Exactly.
I'd be like, what the heck's going on?
Yep.
So I could definitely can relate with that. And what would you say? Because you said it's one side of your body, it's not
Mhm.
both. What would you say to someone who's maybe feeling the same situation as you? Someone who is maybe kind of finding out about this kind of younger and is really struggling with kind of coming to terms with that they have cerebral palsy and is something that is going to affect their life, but they need to challenge head on. It's not going to be something that they can just kind of put in the back seat and be like, it's fine. How would you what would you say to that person, or maybe even a younger you, in that sense of when you were kind of struggling with it at first and realizing it growing up that you had to mentally tell yourself to pick up your feet and
Right.
things like that and
Yep.
stuff like that
Yep.
too.
Well, what I tell my younger self is this: You s- electric slide at a wedding, Jason. Oh yeah, yeah. That's right, Jason. That's those are facts. And but I had to quit drinking. I'm not quite as good at it now. No, but anyways, but what I would tell my younger self is thank thankfully my parents and my brother and my sister were always prevalent in the fact that I could do anything I put my mind to. Like there was no holding my hand through the situation. It was you're going to do it or you're not going to do it, basically. So, not to sugarcoat it, I'd have to tell that individual that it's a blessing in disguise, okay? You're going to be able to do things with one side of your body that people can't do with both sides of their body. So, like, for example, I played baseball. I was a pitcher. I caught and threw with my right hand. I had a glove that I wore on my right hand. I would pitch. As soon as the ball left my hand, I'd put my glove back. If I was fielding a ball, if a ball was hit to me or whatever, I would catch the ball with my glove, take the glove off, take the ball out of the glove, and then throw it to wherever the ball needed to go. And because of that, I could throw faster than anybody else on the team because I had to. I had to overcompensate with something to be as good as everybody else. So, what I would tell as an individual is never to look at it as a problem. It is a solution. It's a solution to a lot of other people's problems. They don't when you're it's a blessing. Like I said, it's a blessing in disguise because you never know how it's going to affect you. And it surprises other people. Like they're like, "What, you pitch?" And then they see me pitch and they're like, "Holy shit, there's nobody hitting that ball. It's going so fast." But um yeah, like I used to play third base, pitch, first base. I played any position on the field. I was never a great hitter, and I never was a fast runner. I was overweight most of my life growing up. So I never was really fast or anything like that. But I made up for it in the strength that I had in my right side. Like my right side just did everything my entire life, so it became very strong. The right side of my body became very, 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 very strong in comparison to other people's, dominant hand, like
Hmm.
arm wrestling, anything like that. I was whipping them just because I've had to do everything with one side of my body. So I would tell myself that you can do it. And most likely you could do it better than anybody else because you literally have to overcome individual problems with things that nobody else can even see. Like they can't comprehend that I'm walking and thinking about it all the time. Okay? So if I'm catching a ball and throwing it, I'm going to get it there faster than you can because I have to. I have to throw it faster because you don't have to take a glove off and then take a ball out of the glove and then take the ball and then throw it. I have to take that process and make it faster than a simpler process than anybody else has to do. So I had to do those things in every aspect of my life physically. So it helped me mentally also.
The strength for sure, like
Hmm.
and the sheer strength, really, for sure. Kind of going off of this a little bit, and maybe this is something that is maybe something you want to switch over and give me a different answer for this. It's totally up to you. But what
Okay.
would you say is something that you're proud of about yourself?
Proud of about myself. The weight losses. I've recently gained back a lot of the weight that I lost, but there was 2 times in my life that one time I lost over 100 pounds, and the second time that I really put my mind to it, I lost 85 pounds.
It's amazing.
I've probably gained about 50 of the last 85 that I lost back, but I know in my mind I can do it anytime I want
It's true.
because I've done it once already. I can do it again. And I found out in those processes that not everybody else is giving everybody that needs advice the correct advice. What I found for myself, what works the best for weight loss was diet. There's more to do with weight loss and dieting than exercise ever had anything to do with it. Guarantee it. Exercise is a very minute part of successful weight loss. That what you put in your face, number one, nobody's holding a gun to your head telling you to eat this, right? It's your decision to pick up that whatever it is, that candy bar, that piece of cake, whatever those extra calories that you do not need and shoving in your face. Nobody's holding the gun to your head making you do that. You know, those flavors are not making you do that. It is a motion that you have chosen to do and you're doing it. So I've taught myself, and I'm very proud of it, that you need very little, very tiny amount of food to survive. Like it would blow your mind on how little amount of foods that I was eating when I was losing weight. People would look at me like, "Oh, that's just crazy." Yeah, it's crazy, but my results are way better than yours. Like, yeah, it's nuts. But look, I'm losing weight and I'm feeling great doing it. Okay. So I know that I've gained weight back and I've been in a situation where I wasn't so mobile, things like that. Like I said, exercise has very, very small amounts to do with it. But it has everything to do with what you put in your face. 100%. So I'm very proud of the fact that I can lose weight at any given time.
For sure. No, I can definitely agree with that. And I would say oh, look at that. A chef showed up as we were talking about food.
Yes.
Let's go. Welcome, chef. And I would say as far as that is like, I think a good key point that you said in there that I want to kind of
That's
re-hit
nice, Bugs. Congrats.
is yeah, truly, Pugs, awesome job. And I think that's something that it goes to show what you put your mind to, you can definitely achieve. And it's something felt the food speaking the force. Yeah, really. And I mean, it's, hey, every so often it comes up. It doesn't come off too often. Usually when we're talking about other things, but but I will say though is I agree. And I think it's like 80% is diet, 20% is exercise from what I've heard. I could be totally wrong with that. I could be messing with that thing.
In my personal experience, I'd say it's even 90-20 or like 90-10.
90-10, yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely could be right. And I think that's where I struggle with a lot of things is I've always been a fairly active person. I will say in the last couple two-ish years, not so much. Quarantine put me out of that a little bit, not gonna lie.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But I will say as far as that is 110% dedication, exactly, Pugs.
Yeah, it really
and
is.
then but I will say though, as far as kind of the fact of, you made a great point where you said, I ate less, but I also felt good. And I think that's very important too, is if you're not feeling good about it, there's a good chance you're probably not doing it properly.
Exactly.
It means that you're probably eating something that is way too low than you're supposed to, or you're eating something that, or you're
a great point that I
quitting
apologize for
alcohol?
interrupting.
No, it's all good.
But
All good.
Chef just found, he says, I found quitting alcohol helps a lot. Look at that.
It's exactly. Some wise words from a friend I've heard that too from as well, Chef. Is what's it called? I said that's something very similar, and I think that's true. But if you're not feeling good about the foods you're eating, it might not be the proper foods for you. And that's the thing is to kind of keep in consideration too is we're not saying don't eat any food. That's not the point of this at all. It's eat the right foods, the right amount of foods that makes you feel fulfilled, makes you feel like full, but not having to feel like you have to go grab for that bag of chips, that chocolate bar, whatever, that chocolate cake after that meal sort of thing. Like that's kind of what you're going for. And choose smart, exactly. And choose smart is exactly right. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's something that I've struggled with for my whole a good portion of my adult life is taking those healthy options. As Multi, who I know has left us from now, but it would say is there's very few vegetables in my diet, and it probably should be a lot more. But it's something that I've struggled with is kind of finding that right food to eat, and I'm sure it would help me in a bit of weight loss had I done that, and in that kind of sense too. So yeah, no, I applaud you for that, and good job on, especially 100 pounds that's a lot of weight loss. So congratulations
you.
to that too, and putting your mind to it. I think that the biggest kind of thing too is something we don't look at as much is looking at the process and how you got there, and it's definitely cool to see obviously the end goal, but it's also very more impressive to see how you actually got there. And I think is the way you did it is definitely something that's very interesting as well, for sure. We've talked a little bit today, or this evening, I should say, about things, or what's it called, about people passing and family members passing as well. You guys figure out I'm on a damn burger. I feel that. We're getting burgers after the spends. Get in the Discord. We're gonna have burgers after the stream today.
There you go.
What's it called? I will say though is thank you, Chef, for the follow. Talk a little bit about passing family and stuff like that, and how your time is limited here. And so I'm gonna flip the question on to you, Sales.
Okay.
If you died tonight, what would you regret not doing?
Not doing?
Correct.
Probably spending more time with my mother.
Okay.
And not moving out with Zunya fast.
Hey man, I said one thing. No, okay, I'm kidding. That's beautiful though. I can definitely understand why with the mother thing. Do you want to elaborate on the mom thing, or do you want to leave it at that?
Oh, it's just just like I said, those opportunities that you have to ask family members or people with experience, no matter what the experience is, you don't know what they've been through or how they got through things. But just if it was just 2 or 3 days, even more time. She passed unexpectedly, so you're like, what? I just never had a chance to tell her this, that, the other thing, or she never told me this, or why this happened, or how did this happen, or all those questions come to mind when you don't have the opportunity to ask them ever again. So that's just one thing that I regret doing, is just spending some time and asking some in particular questions.
For sure. And I think one thing too I would say is I would say man has tougher questions as Bowler Walters. Like that we try to do here. We ain't going for those foo-foo questions. That's in the first half at least. What's called these are the real questions we like asking here. But I agree. I think as far as what you're kind of saying here is, and I know this wasn't the exact implication too, but I'm sure you probably agree is don't forget, like today and tomorrow and the next day, is if there's someone you've been meaning to talk to, or someone you haven't reached out to in a little while that's important to you, and a loved one, if you will, maybe remind them that you love them in a sense. And I think that's something that we do take for granted sometimes is saying I love you to someone and things like that. And I think it's important to say it. And I know we've talked about this on this podcast before for those of you that have been here, but I think it's important to reiterate is we sometimes forget how important it is to say I love you to friends and family members that really do mean a lot. And Pugs, love you too, homie. It's been definitely a pleasure getting to know you, Pugs, over the past, I think probably 5-ish months that we've known each other. And I look forward to many, many more. And I think as far as that is, it's those people that definitely help you is reach out. And if you want to share in chat, you're more than welcome to say who that person is that you'd like that you might want to say. Maybe it's a parent, maybe it's a significant other, maybe it's a friend, maybe it's a pet even, you know what I mean? Like, and as silly as that may seem to some people, is I think it's important to kind of to spread that love and show that affection to people, because I think it's something that not everyone hears every single day, and that may make someone's week, month, even year to hear something that might be a little bit uncomfortable for you at first, but I think is very important. It's very important to kind of say to each other, and especially in this very scary world we live in it sometimes, for sure. with talking about this past year, and since we're on the first episode of 2022 sales, you're breaking some new records here. You're the first ever guest to have a first ever episode in January. I didn't stream last year this time, so there's never been a January connections ever before. This is the first. You're making some history with me today. But
All right, let's go.
but what has been the hardest thing that you have had to overcome the past year?
The hardest thing I had to overcome the past year,
Correct.
probably moving and changing relationships. I was in a relationship prior, and I moved into another relationship, and it was a relationship that was a long distance relationship to begin with for quite a while, and then getting from point A to point B where I'm at today was not easy. Like, it was not easy at all. I did it on my own, basically. There wasn't anything to there wasn't anybody that helped me move. It was out of a situation where I didn't get any help getting out of the situation. It was all up to me to get myself to where I'm at today physically. So overcoming that was huge. And then in streaming, overcoming that, because I came to this location that I'm in now, it took me a while to get here, and I didn't stream for a month and a half. Part of that was after I moved out here, I then caught COVID, and that really affected me. Like, I was out of it for like the whole month of October. I was, and I was in a position as a streamer, better position that, I was in the top 0.2% of streamers on Twitch, according to twitchtracker.com. I don't know if you're familiar with that, if you ever checked it or
Yep.
not. But I was in the top 0.2%. I think it was in the top 22,000 streamers in the world. And what I've had to overcome is I honestly don't know where I'm at on that position now. And I'm not taking my own advice because I haven't really looked at it, just because I haven't focused enough back on streaming to the point where I need to be to get back to that position as a streamer. Because I know that that is a huge switch that you have to flip in order to get to those viewer numbers, those subscribers, all those things. But so in the last year, what I've overcome is the moving, and COVID was an ass kicker, man. And I'm guessing it was probably because of my age. I'm a little older than most anybody that's streaming today. I will tell you this, that the older that you get, those little things affect your body 100% more. You're nowhere near as resilient as I was just, not even, 10 years ago. But, and that would put me in the same, still older than most anybody who's streaming too. So, I mean, I'm 46, and I know that probably, except for your mother, I'm most definitely probably the oldest person here. I'm guessing. I'm just taking a wild guess, right? And even if
You
I
might be
took
right.
10 years off my age, I'm still probably older than 90% of the people that are. So that when you overcome things, the experience of the age helps a ton, but the beard can't protect you from everything. Exactly, Gorn. It can't protect you from everything.
Really though.
But that's and that'll be one of the goals for this year too, is getting back to those viewer numbers. Getting those viewer numbers back. So, but overcoming that, hitting the go live button and then just praying that somebody shows up in the stream, because you haven't been supporting anybody. You haven't been watching any Twitch. You physically weren't capable to even be awake for it. It's like, man, and all that time that I preached to make sure that you were in people's streams that supported you. I was not able to do that. And bam, it was exact moment. You knew right away that those were that statement couldn't have been truer, because I went from over 1,700 subscribers to under 50 in just a month and a half. So, and I went from an average of 121 viewers to 15 in the same time frame. So if you're not out supporting people on Twitch like I preached every time I streamed, it's very prevalent that you're going to dry up. the subscribers aren't going to be there. There's the viewers aren't going to be there, but it's coming back because I've started doing the things that I've preached to others to do, and I'm watching those things help other people today, and it's heartwarming to see it. Gorminator is fucking kicking ass. Huge props to that guy. I've got a founder's badge in that guy's chat, and I am so proud of him. And those things that and now he's teaching me because he's got the results that I'm looking for to have again, right? I'm pretty positive, Gorman, you're in the top 30,000 now, right? You're in the top 30,000 streamers on Twitch.
It's awesome.
Which I'm pretty sure is a fact, but to get to that level, that is 19. Are you really, Gorman?
That's great.
That's spectacular, brother. I'm so proud. You can't comprehend how proud I am of that man, because I know the difficulties of getting to that position is just, it's astronomical what he's had to overcome. He's a father. He runs a business. I mean, there's not enough that I can say about that man, and he is just kicking ass on Twitch. And I'm gonna be there 100% of the time that I can. I'm gonna be in his stream every freaking opportunity that I have to promote him. I'm gonna do it. But
awesome.
That's what I'm saying is you overcome those things by helping others. You overcome the things that you want to have success in by helping other people become successful. That's what I found works.
Support. I'm like, I think I said this too in the first meetings, is if we all go up, or sorry, one goes up, we all go up. And I think that's very true.
Rises every ship.
Exactly. And I think also too is one thing about content creation that I learned very quickly, which I'm glad I learned very quickly, is if you're preaching something, you better damn well do it. Because if you're saying something and you're doing the exact opposite, people are going to realize very quick. And that's why I said to you, one of the things I said to you right off the bat is I've heard so many people say, oh, you support streamers, and usually 9 times out of 10, that's follow for follow. And that's not what you're doing here.
Yeah,
follow for follow is not what you're doing here at all. It is real support. You're here.
Are locking arms with individuals.
Exactly. And look at all these amazing people that have been here today. Like I'm looking at the Girl Goat. We have Spence. We have Gorm. We have Chef. We have there's so many amazing people that we've met today. And that's just a couple. We have Slice. That's just naming 5. There's so many more in here that I know have stopped in throughout today that it's just it's so amazing to see that it's not just, and it's not even just your channel. They're coming from me, which I'm just some random guy that lives in Canada, halfway across the continent from you, that they don't even know anything about. They're just coming here just because to support you and obviously to see kind of what's going on, of course.
Sure.
But the amount of support they've sent me, I've gotten bits from people in your chat. I've gotten bits from the Goat Girl. It's things like that is crazy to me. And I think the support is real. It's not just some foo ass shit. It is Gorm. Thank you. That wasn't what I was going for, but thank you. What's it called? I wasn't baiting you into it. And Gorm, I would love to actually talk to you after stream if you'd be interested. Gorm, stop. Gorm.
But here's the thing about Gorm and I. Gorm and I literally have finished level 5 hype trains when nobody else was contributing.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how many of them in each other's chats even. It's astronomical amounts.
Oh my goodness.
But
Gorm,
as I can see, there's a hype train available. Let's go to the front page of Twitch, guys.
I mean, toot all the way there if you want to, but hey, keep your money if it's not there, keep your money. That's okay. No pressure at all. I don't want you to put any pressure. However, Gorm, I would love to. Thank you, Spence. I appreciate it. Push no, and that's that hype train there. Gorm, I would love to talk to you after stream. If you could message me on Discord, I'd love to talk to you. I'm interested to now from hearing from today's guest. I'd love to kind of pick your mind as well, possibly in the future here, if you'd be willing to let me do so as well. Thank you, Girl Goat. I appreciate you very much.
Jordan,
thank you for the
Jordan is she literally, like I told you, she has over 2 billion channel points.
Oh my goodness.
In my stream.
Amazing, amazing. I got to hydrate from Mama Lisa here. Mama Lisa's playing the
Let's
mom
do a
role, making sure
hydrate.
we're
Let's
hydrated
go.
up.
Monster.
Right.
There's my plug for Monster again.
But I will say though, is I agree with you. Like it is 100% a real fact that you are doing something that's changing here, something here, and I think that's why you see your channels growing back again. Just so you guys know, and things here is, I appreciate all of you, but one thing that we do not talk about here is view count for me specifically. If we want to talk about guests, that's totally different. Thank you, Plugs. Oh my goodness, thank you for the sub to Spence. The give this sub. Appreciate you so much, Pugs. Always spreading that love here. It's one thing we don't do here is just talk about view count. It's nothing against that. It's just I am more willing to. I want to focus on my content and how I can better connect with people rather than look at my own view count. Personally, I'm not saying that's bad for anyone else. I'm just saying personally for me, I think what suits me best is not looking at my own. Thank you, Pugs. Pushing over to a full.
I have to
level two.
ask you a question because
course.
that's coming up on my radar is something that you're doing with your content. Obviously, you're not putting only your content here on Twitch. Where else can we find your content?
So my content, that's a great question. Thank you. And promo. No,
Yeah.
that's good though. So
Well, I honestly want to know because I'm not knowing enough about you. Obviously, nobody wants to do anything for free. Okay, our time is very valuable, and you know we all know that it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of mental capacity to want to do what you do, and and possibly become full time at it. So where can we support you other than just on Twitch?
Geez, Sales, you're going to start stealing my job here. You're asking the deep questions and the hard questions. So one thing I will say is there's a couple ways. If you would like to, you're more than welcome. In Pugs, you're doing a great job as this intern mod right now. There's a couple things. First off, if you want to see any of the old podcasts, there's two ways you can see them. If you want to see them visually, you can see them on YouTube. !YT is the best link to go at. You can unpaid intern. Yeah, exactly. !YT is the best way to view all those. Every single episode that we've done is on YouTube, as well as some exclusive content on there too, as well from past episodes. We have connections on brand things like that. If you would like to, if audio is not your thing, you don't have the time to sit in front of a computer for upwards of 2.5 hours for every episode, which some of them are, unfortunately. Some crazy episodes. I say unfortunately, but I maybe that's not the best word for it. Is that you don't have that time to be able to do that, which I totally understand. People live busy lives. Is there's a second way you can do it. Maybe like listening to things in the car, maybe on the bus, wherever you go. Is the second way is you can listen to the podcast. !podcast is one way that you can look at our thing too. Paying big shoes, really though. And then the Zanya paying my mods. Let's go. What's it called? And then we also have thank you by the way, Zanya, for the 500 biddies. Appreciate that so much. You guys are a level 2 hype train. You're crazy. And then other things. If you want to see what we're doing and kind of support here, Slice, thank you so much. You don't know what it means to help with that stuff. It's really awesome to help me out in a financial matter. Like you said, I think you said it best, is time is precious. Time's one thing you don't get back. And the fact that people have chosen to spend that time with me in Sales today means a whole damn lot to me. And if you choose to do this again next Tuesday when we have our next episode, I'd be very grateful as well. If this is the last time I see you, well, it's been great to see you, and I'm very fortunate that you decide to spend the last whatever maybe it's 10 seconds, maybe it's the last almost 3 hours that you spent with us. I'm very fortunate. But and then another thing is like Instagram and Twitter, you can find me on. If you would like to, you could always also do !socials, and that's everything you need to know. Is probably the best place to kind of get me. Or brengra.com. Nice and simple.
Nice.
Is where you can find me as well. So that's to answer your question. That great question, Sales. Steal my job.
Yeah.
If I'm ever out sick, I know I'm calling now.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one way that I found success on Twitch is literally helping grow other communities. Like, that's why I say to help others obtain their goals and dreams, because once you do that, your goals and dreams become reality, whether you realize it or not. Because a lot of times they'll change as you're helping others. You realize, man, they wanted to do this, and I don't know why, but they wanted to do this, and all I want to do is help them achieve that. And when you're doing that, you realize, wow, that brings happiness to that individual's mind, their family, physically, mentally, monetarily, even. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, why wouldn't I want to do the same thing, right? So helping others obtain their goals is a huge win for you.
Totally.
Servant leadership, Gorman.
Yeah.
Him and I have always been great big proponents to that. Right, Gorm? You've always been a servant leader, and I've always wanted to show you the same thing, right, Gorm? Like we wanted to serve others to obtain our goals. Yes.
And I think I can even speak on kind of that sense as I can see how well it's going. Since meeting you, obviously I've seen of Gorm. I haven't talked to Gorm aside from really today, kind of being one of the first times. I can also I've talked to Biggie Sweats outside of from your chat too as well. Very briefly, a great guy as well. And there's that's just two names. You know what I mean? Like there's hundreds of names that I'm sure you could give me of people that
There's
are so
a name
amazing.
drop for you, Biggie Switz.
Biggie Sweats.
I gave him my largest raid ever.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy.
I rated Biggie Sweats with 171 people.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. And what
Those
a great
days
and
are
what a,
coming
and,
back,
what,
Gorm.
and what a great guy. And what a great guy. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, Biggie Sweats. He's awesome. He's awesome.
And what's going. So I can definitely see why you took it that way. And look at those emotes there for that hype train. You guys are crazy. Level 2 hype train. My goodness. Thank you so much. However, we're on the last question here of the day here, Sales.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, I have to at some point let you go, but I'm going to hit you with one last question. It's my favorite question because I always get an interesting answer from this, and you are going to be put it through the same kind of question that everyone else does. For those of you that have been here today, well, actually, we'll say about it in a second. Don't worry. Just hang on. We got one last question. Don't go anywhere. Sales, if you wrote a book about your life up to now, what would the final line say?
What would the final line say? My final line would say, leave it all on the field.
Okay. Do you want to explain that?
Like when you put effort towards things. Yes, that is a great question, right, Gorm? Well,
You're doing great,
when
Bren.
when you're trying to achieve goals, or maybe you're trying to win a game of some sort, right? If you're not doing your utmost to obtain those goals, if you haven't done everything possible mentally, physically, monetarily to get what you truly want out of whatever it is you're doing, you might as well just pack your shit up or just stay on the sidelines and watch somebody else succeed. Because if you're not doing everything you can do, make sure that you are. Because there's if you're willing to put it in your mind that you want to accomplish it, then make others realize that that's what you're doing. Make others people realize, you know what? I want a 500 average viewers. That shit doesn't happen by itself. Like if you don't put that seed, plant it and sow it and let other people help you water that seed, the shit ain't happening. So what I'm saying is leave everything on the field. Don't leave things not unturned. Like turn over every rock, every aspect of every opportunity to get to the position that you want to be in. If there's something that you can do or you wish that you'd done differently, you better be looking at your scoreboard. Like I say, Twitch, like if you're looking to be a phenomenal streamer, if you're looking to have results on Twitch, you need to be looking at the scoreboard. Look at twitchtracker.com. Look at that. It's going to be a Bible of what you need to change. If it's the hours you need to stream, the days you need to stream, the amount of people that you need to help support, those things have to happen for you to reach goals. Just like a football game, a baseball game, a basketball game, or maybe it's a relationship. Maybe you're trying to woo your partner or whoever it is. If you're not doing everything that you possibly can, why are you even doing it? Why are we even streaming today? Why did you hit go live? Why did you put gas in your fucking car? Like there's a vehicle, here's the transportation, but why am I doing it? You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you look back and you say, you know what, if I had just done this a little bit harder, or if I had just put a little bit more money into this situation here, those are the things you want to make sure that you left on the field. You just if it's not enough, too bad. But guess what? If you had it available and you didn't use it, it's your own damn fault.
Well, Sales, I don't think anyone in this chat will say that you left anything off that field today. Everyone in chat, can I please spam that love for the amazing, the lovely, the Cerebral75 on Connections. What an episode. And if you haven't already, Zanya, I've seen you do this in chat before, but now it's my turn. Spamming that guest button and just going to go and spam and go follow this lovely gentleman on this channel here. He is so amazing and a great supporter of so many people. We've been blessed to have him hanging out with us. If you enjoyed what we do here, I thank you, first off, for hanging out with us. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to know each and every one of you, whether you were on screen with me like the lovely Sales, or maybe you're in the chat like Zanya, like Jay, like Pugs, like Girl Goat, like Mama Lisa, my mom, like Slice, like... Who am I missing? Like Gorb, like... I know there's more people in here. Chef, like... There was another name. Where is it? Spence. There's so many amazing people that I got to meet today, and I want to thank you because each and every one of you is making my dream come true. It is something... Forget about you, Gorm? Never. We try. No, I'm kidding. What's it called? But I will say, though... But I will say is... And Mobbin' Baby... You too. Like, I want to say thank you because this is something that is a dream for me. It's a passion project more than it is something that I enjoy or that I have here. And some dope girl, I see you too. But thank you for hanging out with us today. It has been an absolute pleasure. If you like this format and you like what we do here, every single Tuesday we do something like this. I have a new date every Tuesday now. I love being here and watching you grow. Thank you so much, Girl Goat. I hope you will join us next week as well. Next week is a little bit different though. I have to tell you, it's not going to be Connections, which is a little bit weird. You're amazing. I'll definitely be back. I hope so, Spence. You are amazing, and your kindness and your love has been seen, Spence. And I'm so glad you decided to hang out with us today for almost pretty much, I think, the whole stream. Basically, you've been here. So I want to say thank you so much. It has been an absolute pleasure to get to each and every one of you. I didn't like the uneven points. You deserved more love. Oh, I will say is one thing. I'll put in here too is, like I said, next week is a little different. As Pugs put in there, we're doing Who Are You? Who Are You is a game show about human connection. It's if you like this, you're going to love this next one.
You're doing great, Bren.
Thank you, Jay. We have people from all across the world coming to play this. I'll play the intro right before we raid out here to someone amazing here. But it's a game show about human connection from me and my lovely co-host, Mr. Ken Carter. The show features 5 amazing contestants all around the world competing through 4 rounds. To end up winning $100. We're giving away $100 to someone on that stream as the contestants. Another thing too that we don't actually have in this is that someone in chat is going to be selected to be on the next episode in February as well, to be in there. So if you want to be a part of that, be in that chat. There's no VODs, so you must be there. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be something that you're not going to want to miss. Contestants are confronted throughout that whole thing with challenges of reflection, appreciation, and honesty, all while growing the understanding of human connection. You do not want to miss it. Tell me, mark your calendars. You will want to be there. So our dates are Wednesdays. What? Oh, I see. I thought you were. I was confused. I thought you meant maybe. I thought Girl Goat was Australian. I was like Wednesdays. Pugs as a former contestant, it's really great. It is great. Exactly. Okay, Google. All right, I'm setting every Google off in my house. There's like 3 of them that just went boom.
Right.
So I will say though is it's a show you're not going to want to miss. We'll play the little outro in a second here, but I want to say thank you. But before I say thank you to each and every one of you, I'm going to give... Google's playing a song in the other room now. Hold on. Hey, Google. Stop.
Gorm. That's a big dub, Gorm. You got Google singing songs to him now.
It was like some weird beat in the background. That was hilarious though. I'm like, what the hell is that sound? That's so weird.
Mine did the same shit.
It was great. Oh my goodness. They're listening to us. No,
right. Oh yeah.
Really
We're definitely being listened to, no doubt about it.
Right. What's it called? So I will say is this is the part of the show where we find some lovely person to raid and spread this love a little bit further. However, this is also the part of the show where I give you the floor. Sales. Just shout out anyone and anything you would like to. Nothing is off the board here. As I said before I give you the floor is !guest. Go follow Sales if you haven't already. If you haven't already, what are you doing? Like, come on.
Right.
Do yourself a favor. Like, for yourself, do yourself a favor and go follow. However, I'm going to give the floor to you until we get this raid going here.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna follow my advice and I'm gonna promote others first.
Okay.
Gorminator will be streaming tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Ooh.
I will be streaming before him at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
We've got some huge goals we're gonna obtain for him tomorrow, and I want everybody to be in my stream from 7 to 9 tomorrow. I would appreciate it if you've got nothing going on tomorrow. If you could host my stream tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I would greatly appreciate it. If you could shout out on your Twitter, your Instagram, I will share, I will retweet, I will like your tweets. Just mark me in there. All my socials are right there on the link tree.
Yeah.
Just help me accomplish goals for other people. Gorman's my freaking #1 victim right now, okay? Also, Spence, great Canadian, fellow Canadian right there, Spence. Zunya had an awesome stream today, and she's got the motherfucking conductor's badge in here. Let's go, Zunya.
Toot, toot.
And shout out to our newest VIP here on the stream, Orden. Congrats. And some dope man, some dope girl, huge supporters of the community. Jason D. Slice, thank you so much for being here, brother. I fucking appreciate you, and I love your stream, and I can't wait to catch another one. The girl goat, she's got a place in my heart that'll always be there. She's been a huge supporter of mine since day one, and I will drag her ass with me everywhere on Twitch I go. Whatever I need to accomplish for her, we're gonna make it happen. There isn't anybody that I don't want to shout out before myself. That's what I'm trying to get to here. Mob and Baby, I want to Mob and Baby. Is it possible that you've known me since before I was affiliated? I think that's possible.
Ooh.
She's a beast on Fortnite, and she's just always been hanging around. Thank you so much for being here, Mob and Baby. I appreciate it.
That's great. That's awesome.
Anybody else here in that I know? I believe so. Yeah, that's I thought for sure. Anybody else that I'm missing? Please type a 69 in chat. If I haven't mentioned your name and you've been here this stream, please type a 69 chat so I can say something nice about you and plug you.
Aww.
But I'm going to be streaming tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Pugs. This guy is a freaking skyscraper. His feet, he doesn't need flippers. He's got flippers built in.
It's actually she, they for Pugs.
She, they.
Pugs is she, yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
So 69 Pugs. Congrats. Being an ass kicker. 6'5". My dad was 6'6" when he graduated high school. So 6'5". That's
Pugs is amazing. Pugs is amazing. Yeah.
The girl go. I know I've shouted you up, but I'll do it again. The Jordan. I just call her Jordan just because I've known her since she was like 10 years old. We've been playing Xbox together.
Aww.
I started playing Xbox with her dad. So I mean, and she's 25 and gonna have children. And I'm so fucking proud of her. Fucking proud of her. Earl Grey's. I don't know anything about Earl Grey's, but that is excellent tea.
He's an excellent person as well. So
okay, I there's nobody in here that's not good enough. Let that be known. You're good enough. And if there's any questions you have for me or any way that I might be able to help you grow your stream or anything like that, look, get in my stream tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love to see a first-time chatter come from this channel here so I can help you grow. That's what we do. We're going to help communities grow, okay? And then 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Gorminator is going to literally show you how he went from freaking like a 40 average view to over 75 average viewers in a matter of weeks. Crazy. Okay? So if you don't want your channel to grow like that, then don't show up to Gorman's stream tomorrow. But I highly suggest 19 to 78. There you go right there.
crazy.
And what time frame was that, Gorman?
That's insane. I'm so excited for this too. I cannot
Thank
wait.
you so much, Earl Grey. But
8 weeks.
look,
That's crazy.
Gorminator is going to leave 8 weeks. So 2 months. 2 months. He went from a 19 average to 78. Okay? Now,
Crazy.
there's ways that you can also do this, okay? And he's going to show you how to do it. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. So if you're not following the Gorminator, unfollow me right now. So you have room to follow him. His
Yeah.
average today was 105. Okay? So that's spectacular. Gorman's kicking ass. So, but tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in my stream. And then we're going to go and we're going to see Gorminator at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Okay? He never streams on Wednesday and doesn't stream at night. I want to help him hit some goals. I want to help him look advantageous for Twitch to have him on a team, right? So we want Gorminator to kick ass. So here we go. We got I'm every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I stream 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 days a week. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm streaming. If you're in my stream, I'm going to help you grow one way, shape, or the other, okay? A follow for me will multiply yours. It's been seen thousands of times, okay? So that's my greatest plug for myself. Also, I am sponsored by Artesian Builds. Right there in the exclamation point guess. I'm an ambassador for Artesian Builds. If you are on the lookout for a new computer, I highly suggest clicking that link. Go to that link. You can get up to $200 off your brand new computer. Plus, if you choose to have your computer built live during their stream, the community, the chat, right? Their community can have the opportunity to upgrade your computer for you. If the chat gives subs, biddies, or donations, that computer will be upgraded for you. There's no place else like it.
Crazy.
Artesianbuilds.com / AFF equals Thesalespro75. Right there's the link. Click it. If you need a computer, use that link. Make sure you have it built on stream and let me know when it's being built, so maybe I get the opportunity to give you some subs to maybe upgrade your 3060 to a 3070, or maybe we got an opportunity to upgrade your 3080 to a 3090. They've got them available. They're building them every day on stream right now as we speak.
Crazy. Well, awesome. Well, you talked about how we got to spread some love to some streamers who maybe are newer off and maybe trying to find a little bit of way. So we're going to do that again. Earl Grey, I see you in this person's chat, so I need you to be quiet and not say anything as we go and raid this person. Because this has been a friend of the community for a long time. That's been with us for a while, and they actually just had their first affiliate stream yesterday. And I missed it, and I'm so upset that I missed it because I wasn't home, and I'm so upset. So we're gonna repay in a different way. However, before we go, I want to say a couple things here. First thing is thank you so much for being here with us, Spence,
Absolutely.
Zanya, Iggy, Sales, of course, Slice, Earl Grey, Jay, Pugs, Gorm. Looking through names here. Hi, Iggy, by the way. I know I said bye to you, but I didn't even say hi to you. I see my mom. I see so many amazing people. I see Mob and Baby. I've seen so many amazing people in here, and I'm so grateful for you, whether you spent 10 minutes with us or you spent the whole 3 hours and 16 minutes and 35 seconds with us today. I'm so grateful that you've decided to hang out with us. My heart is full, and I thank you for that. If you are interested in getting the giveaway, !enter, get in there now, quick, before we roll that thing here. It's gonna be a few more minutes here. I'm gonna quickly pop over here to the thing to see who's all in there before we raid out here. So far I'm seeing Malty, Jay, Donovan, Santa, Pugs, Some Dope Girls, Spence, Flim Flam Flam, my favorite name, Zanya, Batman, Some Dope Man, Scream, Girl Goat, and Wolf. If your name isn't in here, !enter and !Discord are the two links you need to do. You need to get in the Discord and you need to enter into the giveaway. Those are the two things you need to do to get in there. If your name's not in here, we're giving away a $10 Amazon gift card to someone. Thanks to Mama Lisa.
!Enter. Make sure you're part of the Discord or you're not going to be entered.
Exactly. We're going to give away in just a moment in the voice channel living room in the Discord. We hope to see you there. If you'd be willing to hang out with us, we hope that we can get to extend this conversation a little bit longer outside of this chat onto our Discord after stream here. We'll probably be in there about 50 minutes, but we want to spend some love and share some love with our person we are rating today before we get there. So make sure your name is on there if you haven't already. Also as well, I'm going to play the outro as we finish off here and go on to the raid here. But be sure to spam that love in the chat of the lovely Ion Parish. Earl Grey, quiet. Don't say a word, because I know you're in that chat. We have I see a lot of friends from this channel in here too. So anyone that's in here that might be lurking and listening to this, don't tell anything to Ion, please. Shh. Because I know Ion's in here a lot. But yes, thank you, Bren Raid, !raid if you are non-sub, which is of course totally fine. !raid1 if you are subbed. To use the sub emote raid message if you'd like. Spread that love like you gave to me. I would hope you can pass over to Ion, a lovely individual that really deserves it. And yeah, we'll be back here next Tuesday with Who Are You? And this is what Who Are You is, because some of you have never been here before. So we'll talk to you soon. Sales, it's been lovely. Everyone, drink some water. Of course. Drink some water. I love you. Take care. We'll see you.